Welcome across Australia and the rest of the world to 3AW Football's classic matches.
Something about our game. Something about the sound of our game. You beat your heart like a runaway train with AW. There's something about it. Something about our game. Something about the sound of our game. When you win the ball and you hear the roar. The best team in town make you feel like you're part of the game. Collingwood, Essendon, Foots, Grey, West Coast, Brisbane, Fitzroy, Sydney. Something about our game. Something about the sound of our game. Beat your heart like a runaway train with AW. There's something about it. Something about our game. Something about the sound of our game. Sound of football. Oh, the best team in town make you feel like
Yeah, it's a big moment. And the crowd expressing that sense of anticipation in the seconds before the first bounce. No tomorrow for tonight's loser. For the winner, it's the big dream. Here we go. Brett Rosebery officiating with Simon Meredith and Sean Ryan. The first of the preliminary finals underway. The bounce giving Jolly the chance to have a run at it. Picked up though by Rioli. Giving to Mitchell. A little hand pass to Bateman. Tackled, got it to Mitchell. Collingwood though, putting the Hawks under the pump. Swan stole it. Quick kick but straight to Murphy of Hawthorn, who goes sideways to Schoenmakers off the defensive 50 out to the members wing and Lewis.
So Hawthorn had all of the ball, northern side to Rioli, too high. Maxwell didn't take the body or the ball, allowed Rioli to pick it up, bangs it inside 50. Jolly's in the hole and he'll mark safely. Disses off to the All-Australian defender Leon Davis. A triple bounce out of defence from the north side to the south side. Kicks to the wing. Good looking ball, didn't find the target. Murphy drops in and marks at half forward for Hawthorn.
Second time already for Tom Murphy. Short ball inside to Lewis and he retreats to Gibson, who has taken cloak as we anticipated. Further across ground again they come to the members side, and Birchall, who breaks onto his right side, kicks a little awkwardly but gets it to Isaac Smith. So good for Hawthorn in this series. To Bateman, to Mitchell, swinging ball, arriving hard. Hale juggled it, didn't quite hang on, to the chagrin of Hawthorn fans. O'Brien feeds to Davis, who slots it along the flank and is fouled.
Free kick.
It'll be a relayed free kick against Franklin. Collingwood's ball. Swan to take it between half-back and wing.
Yeah, Buddy and Leon come together. The handball in the meantime. Swan over the top to Wellingham. Short ball to Jolly, who's been significant already. Jolly at half forward. Great kick. Look at that to the effect of Dawes. And Dawes marks 25 metres out. On a slight angle. He was trying to milk the 50, but he won't get it. 45-degree angle.
Well, Collingwood brought the ball out of defence along the boundary line. We saw Jolly take the mark on the wing. Good play by Jolly to play on. He's kicked it 60 metres inside the 50-metre area. Dawes ran back with the flight of it. His opponent is Schoenmakers. Gibson has got cloak. Stratton on Brown. Burgoyne on Blair. Murphy on Cracker.
Saw him have 5 shots from this position. Dawes did not miss any of them. 30 metres out, 45-degree angle, and misses that one badly. So far out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, it's a miss, Brian, a big miss, no doubt. He hasn't capitalised there, and that will be the battle. If he can get hold of Schoenmakers' early doors, it really could unsettle the Hawthorn back 6.
Opportunities for both teams. Hale nearly taking a mark in front. Dawes a straightforward shot. Long kick in, but Johnson's got it for Collingwood. Kick into the 50. Dawes attacks it strongly. Hand pass away from goal. Missed ball. Dawes has to fight on. Gang tackled. Lost the footy. Isaac Smith's got it. He's buried in a tackle. There'll be a bounce. 40 out in front of Collingwood's goal at the City end. Still no score.
I'll tell you what, Max Bailey, he wants to tighten up on Jolly. Jolly, as you said, BT's had an impact too much in this early in this game.
Yeah, not even just by possession, just by where he's placed himself. Jolly again does the ruck work this time. This is in the Collingwood forward 50 at the City end. Hawthorn got it out. Lewis at centre half back. Squirted a quick handball to Sewell. The pressure by Collingwood in close has been great already. It's indicative of the way they're going to play. They're going to win the game. Swan's kick was smothered off the boot. In they go. Blair's there. And the umpire will let it run out. Ball eventually tries to find a way out. Now it's between the centre circle and centre half forward for Collingwood. No score yet. We've played almost 4 minutes.
They're going loose versus loose at each end here, boys. Maxwell loose, Shorey. That's what the Collingwood Football Club want.
Hale on ball against Jolly. Hodge climbed in, got the tap, but the whistle went Collingwood's way. A free kick against Hale will go to Big Jolly. Forward of the centre for the Magpies. He places it, but it's 2-on-1. Hawthorn's way. There's a whistle and a Hawthorn free kick against Dawes this time. Schoenmakers will take it between fullback and halfback for the Hawks. Still no score after 4 minutes.
In the defensive 50 here, Schoenmakers just brings it down the northern side of the ground, looking for Hale. Good position, swatted away by Reid over the line and out of bounds. You can just tell this game's got some electricity about it.
Absolutely, and Chris Tarrant has got the job on Buddy. Tarrant playing well away from that fullback area at the moment.
Seagulls refusing to land on the ground here at the G or even come down near the surface. The Eagles have got hold of them. They are scared. An opportunity here for Beams. Handball outside, way to Pendlebury, wrong-footed on his right boot on the boundary line, but he does a magnificent job at centering the ball. In fact, he very nearly kicked the goal, minor score. Collingwood one behind, Hawthorn yet to score. National Builder scoreboard.
Quick play in. This is what the Hawks, they need a few of these. See if they can get back in before the press gets in place.
Schoenmakers receiving in the back pocket. Gets around Dawes coolly. Kicks long. Good ball towards Rioli. Maxwell over the top, the spoil. O'Brien attacks it. Lewis the other way. Big confrontation there. Hawthorn prevail. Puopolo, Davis's opponent, skids it to the 50, but Tarrant attacks it in front of Franklin and clears well. Isaac Smith, though, storms over the top of Shaw and belts the ball away to the boundary. A little wind to Hawthorn to throw in. Southern wing, just Hawthorn's side thereof.
This is the problem, Brian. 3-zip. The clearance is in favour of the Pies. Just too tough at the minute.
Europe Cars, a test of courage this game. You can just sense it. You can see it already. Both sides absolutely committed. Ball on the outer wing here at the moment. Southern stand side. Handball back into Jolly yet again. This time he gets the handball away. The umpire said it was illegal. Free kick will go the way of Sewell. Just forward of the southern stand wing, kicking to the punt road end, the Hawks. Sewell with a long ball, Buddy's 2-on-1, and Tarrant takes it on the mark. But a Shepherd will be against Davis, and it'll be a Buddy Franklin free kick. Man on the mark, stands at 48 metres. He can make the distance easy.
He did. He turned his back on play, BT, Leon Davis, and that's what he meant about it, and tried to get to. I tell you what, Buddy played it up pretty well, though.
The Foxtel replay didn't show a lot.
Nah.
Buddy Franklin right in front of the magnificent Flexibit signs out there. Great supporters of 3AW Flexibit out there in Thomastown. Franklin comes in 50 metres out. Got plenty of it over the top of the 3AW sign and a minor score there. Point apiece on the National Builders scoreboard.
And Puopolo playing in the forward pocket and trying to contain Leon Davis.
Quick kick in to Shaw, who swings it along to the wing, and Swan, two against him, out to the boundary off their hands. A throw in, Hawthorn's side of the wing. 6 minutes 40 in National Builders scoreboard. A behind a piece, Franklin having a long shot there. They really need him, though, to do something exciting early, I fancy, the Hawks.
Absolutely, Tim. Here's Mitchell from the stoppage on the wing, gathers the ball near the interchange, did it well to keep it alive, but Collingwood again in the 2-on-1. Had Hale in the sandwich, Shaw was able to squirt the handball off, smothered over the line. Collingwood back sagging off, doing a good job.
Yeah, they are. Reid's the one. He started on Hale, and he's just dropping off at the right times, knowing where the dangerous drop zone's going to be.
Just outside Hawthorn's 50, Jolly and Hale. Jolly wins, stolen by Shields. O'Brien got hold of him though. Collingwood's ball, Reid, stolen by Lewis, swinging left footer to the punt road goal, and it belches through. He got a beautiful bounce. Maxwell went surging at the ball, but the type of ball that in one of last year's grand finals might have sat up or been touched or whatever, bounced through for a goal. Hawthorn have the first. They lead 1-1 to Collingwood, one behind.
Gee, I thought Jordan Lewis's kick was touched. It was always going to land in the goal square. It was a big, high drop punt that he'd hooked it from about 45 metres out. And Maxwell desperately trying to get back there. I thought he might have got a touch on it. He didn't claim that he had. Goal umpire, no hesitation, but it was a nice intercept by Lewis. We had a boundary throw in at half forward, and it was a Reid errant handball that Lewis snaffled and then goaled.
Hawks with the first goal in this prelim final on the National Builder scoreboard. They lead it at the moment by 6 points. Ball up in the middle again. Collingwood's Thomas couldn't get there. Did well, the Hawks, to run onto that ball. I think it might have been on that occasion Whitecross arriving first and tackled by Thomas. Will ball it up again in the middle.
Who would you like to be free, Kingy? Would you like Maxwell or Heath Shaw? Because I reckon Maxwell could play on Sewell as and then release Heath Shaw.
Bateman won the stoppage. Come back to you for that answer in a moment. Opportunity here, Shaw. Gobbled up Tarrant. Tarrant handball backwards to Maxwell. Bit of time. They give it to the professional kicker and Davis, but they force him to handball it. Don't they like that? He gives it to Reid. Reid pounds it down the wing and finds an opportunity with side bottom.
See, the rucks are getting free for Collingwood.
Yeah.
They charge forward again, Lee Brown.
Behind the wing, southern side bottom forced to wait. Now kick long, up the flank. Dawes trying to get into the contest. Up in front, Murphy with a big fist. Dawes has got it now.
On the ball.
Wrestled to the ground by Sewell. And a ball up is forced between wing and half forward for the Magpies. National Builder scoreboard, Hawthorn 1-1. Collingwood 1 behind after 9.5 minutes.
Leon Davis smashed twice after he's got rid of the footy.
Ball up. Osborne knocks it down. Thomas got on the end of it. Left foot kick around the corner. Young fella just watching security remove him. Barely higher than the fence, got asked to take his seat. Well, if he's not higher than the fence, how come he has to sit down? They've got to see over the fence anyway. Anyway, one of the big matters in footy. Whitecross almost took the mark. In fact, he'll be paid. A free kick against Shaw for a hold. It was a professional free. And Whitecross at half back on the north side. Chipping little ball. Horrible ball. Shields made it look better than it was. Back to Whitecross. He goes back to Guerra. All handballs. Half back Guerra. Nice. Finds Shields with a short kick.
Sold the dummy beautifully and the weight on the kick perfect. Schoenmakers dropped a sitter. Fights on. Got numbers against him though. His paddle is stolen and knocked over the line by Luke Ball for a throw in between wing and half forward for Hawthorn. Promising move there. A fundamental skill error from Schoenmakers though stopped it.
You've got to be better than that, Tim, at this level.
Boundary throw in half forward, northern side for the Hawks here. Pendlebury scraps in, Hawthorn in numbers. Hodge tries to burst his way out, did it successfully. Little kick by Shields around to Buddy. Buddy mishandled the ball, went straight through his hands. Reid gathers. Davis wanted it at the back. He said, no, I'm going to Shaw, who's free out on the wing. He's got to beat Whitecross. He knocks it to himself. He sockets it off the ground. This is a 60, 70 metre play. He goes to Blair. Blair couldn't pick it up. Here's the magic man, Cracker. He got pushed over in the end and bundled off the ball by Burgoyne. Hawthorn in big numbers on the half-back line. The Collingwood tackling is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And a ball up 40 metres out from Collingwood's goal.
He just looked, Stratton there got wrapped up. Could have been a free against him. Just looks a bit rusty.
And the chorus of ball from the Magpie fans as loud as you've ever heard it. Ball up. It's in dispute at the foot of the pack. There's got to be a ball up. I reckon there's going to be a holding the ball and it'll go the defender's way. Hawthorn's footy. Mitchell will take it. Pendlebury the last man up, presumably the offender. The Hawks have it and they're playing calmly and pretty well. Collingwood haven't kicked a goal and we're 11.5 minutes in. Guerra started on the bench, slots a little pass here to Murphy, out of the back pocket, has a Shepparder there, kicks low, dangerous to Schoenmakers. Collingwood with numbers, Swan's got it, hand pass to Johnson, ran into a wall, back to Swan, swinging ball, good ball but just missing on the near side. Collingwood second behind, Hawthorn 1-1-7. We are 12 minutes in.
They are going second man up in the ruck, Hawthorn. We've seen Osborne and Lewis do it 4 times already.
We'll get some minutes on ball in their forward end, shortly off Kingy. Kick back into play for Isaac Smith, Kingy.
Well, it has been, Brian, in the forward half for the Hawks, 6 minutes 10 and 4.5 minutes for Collingwood.
So Hawthorn winning that little battle here at the moment. Guerra on his non-preferred right boot. High ball, Reid got their big punch away. Sends it into the MCC members and will throw it in half forward for the Pies.
That's the first one they've repelled, Brian. The first intercept they've been able to put on the Hawthorn counter-attack. That's what they need to do.
Josh Gibson style of last week is what Kingy's referring to. Boundary throw in here, half forward for the Pies again. Thomas got it, little left foot kick around the corner. Marked and gobbled up. I think it might have been Schoenmakers.
Gee, I tell you, he is struggling at the level.
Giving it off, he's put Guerra under pressure.
That's what happens.
And the roar tells it all. Holding the ball, Collingwood free kick. Cloak just outside 50 on the boundary.
50.
50-metre penalty, it's a certain goal.
The umpire asked Guerra 4 times to come back. He ignored him. He didn't even turn his head. And the umpire said, that's enough. I've asked you 4 times. You're just ignoring me.
Go back, though. Schoenmakers at the moment needs to be taken from the ground and say, son, Just relax, try and stay within your limitations.
Well, have a look, Tony. They've got the senior boys talking to him now. Luke Hodges down there giving him an earful of advice.
Yeah, a little meeting going on, oblivious to the fact that Cloakes ran through Collingwood's first goal. Well, oblivious up until the Roar split the MCG atmosphere. Collingwood lead by a point on the National Builders scoreboard. At the 13.5-minute mark, they're 1-2 to Hawthorn 1-1.
Well, it's interesting. Kingy picked this pre-game. He said Hawthorn will try to control it by putting a lot of short passes and taking uncontested marks. The marks at this stage of the game, 14 minutes in first quarter, are 16-5 Hawthorn's way. But Tony, you're spot on. Schoenmakers and Stratton, they look as rusty as can be.
Well, you know, you just got to play line. I don't mind them trying to control by foot, but every time they've handballed under pressure, that's caused a lot of their turnovers and put their own teammates under pressure.
Collingwood by a point. I think they're going to have to let the Eagles off the leash to do some killing because the Seagulls are starting to land. Free kick in the middle goes to Hawthorn's Hodge, the skipper. He's one out of the footy factory. By the way, the factory at Geelong, 2 skippers playing here today out of the factory. Kick forward has been cut off by Ball. Nicky Turner's got another one in Jordan Lewis as well. And here is Ball at half-back. Have a look at the Seagulls starting to circle. The Eagles have must be on overtime. They've given it up. Here's Krakua, who marks on the half-back line for Collingwood.
I think the Seagulls might be a bit smarter than we've imagined, Brian. Yeah. They're realising the Eagles pose no threat. Here go Collingwood. Jolly mark. Hand pass Wellingham. Long ball. Dawes with the sit. Crashed in. Couldn't mark. Cloak onto the crumb. Runs it Goldwood. But he's offline. It's a behind. Collingwood 1-3. Hawthorn 1-1 National Builders scoreboard. 15 minutes first quarter.
Darren Jolly.
Yeah, Darren Jolly's been terrific. He's had 4 disposals already, Brian. He looks like he's got that menacing look in his eye. His movements are positive. He's getting forward at every opportunity.
Well, there's one player that's been out of touch that they've got in touch. Here's Guerra, plays on from fullback. Alexa Northern side.
Max.
Bailey put 2 hands in the back of Jolly, and Jolly's got a free 60 metres out.
Yeah, that's because Bailey's panicking now. And he's just got to play closer to Jolly.
Jolly looking to give the handball off to Pendlebury. He says, no, why would I give it to you when I can kick it myself to the same spot? He does now. High ball, Swans under it, up they fly in the air. No winner, or was there in front of the back? Yep. I think the mark's been paid to Dawes. It has a double grabber, 30 metres out directly in front for Collingwood.
You know what, that kick, now, Hawthorn have got to look at this. Gibson's kick should have been closer to the boundary line to then fight another day. But he brought it back in the corridor. Shocking free kick by Bailey. Hey, they are under the pump and they've lost the plot at the moment, the Hawks.
21 spoils last week, Brian. That is a cold miss then by Josh Gibson.
Gibson comes from the ground and
he's decided to take himself off.
He has, and why not? Here is Dawes directly in front of goal. City end, pretty straight kick, got it. Collingwood get their second. 2-3-12, Hawthorn 1-1-7. National Builder scoreboard.
Well, they've scored 2 goals from their last 2 inside 50s. That's the difference at the moment. They're now starting to capitalise. Any little flaw in finals or any area of weakness is being exposed. You spoke of Schoenmakers. We have to mention it.
Oh, yeah.
They're taking him to the hot spot at every opportunity, making him defend.
And the other thing, up the other end, they don't look like marking the ball inside 50 at all. Hawthorn, they got that one, a lucky goal in one way with a bounce from Lewis from a crumb. So they've taken 2 from marks and 1 from a free kick. You know, it's just not good enough at the moment with their defensive unit.
There are now nearly 20 Seagulls. The number is growing.
Going on.
I think the Eagles are in trouble.
Yeah, I think they've realised they're tethered.
I reckon the whole, they said the whole Eagles team is in a box here tonight watching this game.
Really?
Winder Bailey in the ruck, climbed and got a big fist on it, but Collingwood control the footy. Ball received and gave to Leon Davis. On the move, long kick. Dawes has been outstanding early. Can't mark here with 3 against him. Side bottom though, attacks it. Got the crumb, gave to Dawes under pressure. Spillage Guerra, gave to Burgoyne. To Lewis, who kicked the first goal of the night. Off to Mitchell, up the wing in the Hale direction. No crummers. Collingwood covering more territory, winning the loose balls. O'Brien receives here, gives to Leon Davis along the line in the Dawes direction, but it's off his hands over the line. Throw in, left forward flank for the Magpies. In control at the moment, 18 minutes in, 2-3-15, Hawthorn 1-1-7.
Boundary throw in, old practice wicket area here at the G. Southern stand flank for the Pies. They lead it at the moment by 8 points. Loops back into play. Collingwood from the stoppage got a little quick kick out of it. Go inside 50. Blair couldn't get the mark. They crack in there. Not sure who that was that went over it. It may have been Tarrant. In the end, Birchall's got a free.
Wellingham
it was. And he goes short and finds Murphy. Back 50 for the Hawks. Over the top with a handball to Gibson. Gibson a little chipping 9-iron wide to Whitecross, and Whitecross marks on the wing.
Hawthorn need a steadier here. Whitecross kicks to Lewis in the corridor, just wide of the centre. A little one over the top to Osborne. Building methodically between centre and half forward. Hale gets loose just outside 50. He receives. Franklin's on the lead. Rioli there too, but they're disorganised. Leon Davis chops it off and gives Buddy a shove. Says, cop that, mate. Kicks across goal. Dangerously, Burgoyne attacks it, knocks it to the line, and suddenly the jubilation is the other way round. Throw in right forward pocket of Hawthorn.
Burgoyne just terrific there. He was against two and he just slid on the ground, put his head over the footy, knocked it out of bounds.
2 hard balls that Burgoyne's won already. He's done well in that area. Here's Wellingham backing out of the stoppage. Gave it to Pendlebury. Ball flicked out the back to Shaw. His handball was partially smothered by Shields and Mitchell in the combination. Eventually it spills out to side bottom. Side bottom in the back 50. Little gimme kick around the corner to Blair. He dropped an easy mark. He's able to recover his own ball, and he copped a really, really high tackle on that occasion. He'll get the free, Blair.
Jordan Lewis is out of control, boys. 7 disposals, 2 clearances and a goal. Already in 19 minutes of football for the Hawks.
O'Brien offers for Blair and switches play for Leon Davis. Very good early, very creative, very cool. He's got the ball in the pump right back pocket. He slots it along the boundary line out on the full. After all the praise, it was almost inevitable. Free kick to Bateman, about 65 out from the boundary line, of course. He's on the left half forward flank outside the old dressing rooms here.
Oh, come on up, get out of the game and let him play.
Get out of the way.
Sean Ryan, one of the best in the caper,
He
not
is
a
very
grandstander. Bateman kicks to the pocket, kicks well. And Mitchell, it is Mitchell in the forward pocket. He's only about 30 out, but he's on the boundary. So it's a scoring chance. Good user of the ball, Mitchell, but this is a very challenging shot.
I reckon he's got to take this on now. They need a goal. They look like they've been dominated. This is just an emotional goal for this group.
Collingwood lead by 8 points. He runs out. His kick's way out across the face, and there's absolutely nothing there for Hawthorn. Jolly marks and feeds off by hand, and the Magpies are away.
Short kick to Dawes, and he takes the mark on the defensive 50-line. Dawes. Gee, shows how football's changed. Here's the big ball forward. And almost at full back with the footy for Collingwood. Kicks a high ball to centre wing. Up they fly. Hawthorn players
Gibson
over the back. Gibson went the punch, ended up marking the ball, I thought. Got it in the end. Handball to Lewis. He was tackled immediately. Somehow got it out. The umpire, I think, said incorrect disposal against Jordan Lewis. And a free kick will go the way of side bottom on the wing. Another one they need to find form is still side bottom. And he now has a kick on the southern stand wing. Collingwood 15, Hawthorn 7. Short kick finds Johnson. Johnson on the new look. Hilux Unbreakable logo on the centre wing southern stand side.
Contested possessions the last 10 minutes, Brian. 15-5 in favour of Collingwood.
Back out wide to Luke Ball, whose left foot kick is poor. It's out on the full. It'll be a Hawthorn ball, forward of half back, over on the southern side of the ground.
Tell you what, Josh Gibson, I reckon he's read a bit of media because he didn't have to spoil that one out in the wing.
He's just taken a mark from a short ball. He kicks up the wing. Hale arrives. Tries to mark from behind, can't. Rioli crumbs, swings off the instep, but it's coming back. Hale making contact over the shoulder as he tried to take the mark off Luke Ball. Was going for the footy. Might have got him on the way down. He did. Good call by the umpire. They don't miss a trick.
Luke Ball just backward of the wing. High balls it up towards Jolly. Over the top they fly. Cloak was crunching the pack from behind. Off hands. Blair got it. Was able to shake the tackle. Got boot on ball. Kicked it inside 50. And Gibson takes a chest mark in front of Dawes.
I reckon they've got to roll Buddy up the ground now. Take Hale as the deep target. He hasn't got enough agility across half forward.
I've been watching Buddy Shorey, and I don't reckon Buddy wants to run much.
Have a look at this. Collingwood trapping them in with the trap here at the moment. The full court press is on. Right in the back pocket, Hawthorn. They chip it around. Bateman takes the mark. They look edgy with the short ball. And there it is, Miss Gibson. Backed up in the end here by Stratton. Stratton on his right boot has to go wide. Lewis is there. Jolly did well not to infringe. Lewis got it. The advantage is paid. Over the top to Cyril. Cyril with a little left footer. Hale in good spot takes the mark. 35 out directly in front, David Hale.
You got to give credit to Jordan Lewis. The ball was kicked long out to the wing, and it was Lewis against Jolly, and he knew if they both flew for the mark, he'd be beaten because Jolly's so much bigger. He initiated a bit of early contact to unsettle Jolly, let the ball come off hands, hit the deck, he gobbled it up. Great handball to Cyril, who hit up Hale.
To get him within 3 points, the Hawks here at the 23-minute mark of the first quarter. Hale has a shot almost directly in front, no more than 35 metres. A bit of breeze here tonight, he's at the punt road end. He steps to the plate. Hale, kick at goal is off to the right-hand side at a minor score. So 1-2-8 Hawthorn, Collingwood 2-3-15, National Builder scoreboard.
Well, 15-6, as we said, the contested possessions the last 10 minutes. You just feel the Hawks need to control the ball for longer. I know that was a fast counterpunch. I'm not sure that's the way they're set up tonight.
Margin just 7 points, but certainly Collingwood holding the whip hand at the moment. Short kick into Johnson, feeds for Davis, kicks out on the full for the second time.
Nah, it bounced, Tim. It bounced, but tell you, he's been under pressure. 3 kicks now haven't hit the target where it's been pretty good all season.
They've hit him twice, Tony. I reckon they've targeted Leon.
Throw in about 80 metres out from Hawthorn's goal at the punt road end. Smith's got it for the Hawks. Swings it high into the 50. Maxwell, the only man reading the drop, takes the mark for Collingwood. Quickly fans it wide. Shaw marks it, still in the 50. His kick after Thomas, just had the depth. Thomas couldn't mark.
Well,
over the ball though, draws high contact. Dale Thomas's footy behind the wing for the Magpies.
Thomas kept it alive. Maxwell tried the shepherd. I was trying to ride the bump there as it came through the ball. Sorry about that, Tim. As Shaw knocks it in favour of Pendlebury. All of this right on the boundary line. And Pendlebury mungles one along the ground. It didn't go out on the full, but gained 25. Boundary throw in half forward for Collingwood.
Great pressure by both sides, though, isn't it? You've got to give Hawthorn some credit. That's the one thing. They're hanging in there by a fingernail at the moment, even though the score doesn't show us.
Seb Costello, Ben Reid okay?
Yeah, he's just gone down to the medical rooms, BT, keeping an eye on the situation. Don't have too much detail at the moment.
Keep an eye on that. He may have given it another little tweak. Around the corner is Blair with a kick forward, been marked by Murphy.
He moves it quickly, puts it out in front of Gibson over on the southern side, and he really has that wing to himself, but he reverts to the corridor and chips to Hodge, who marks, looks for 50, doesn't get it, kicks short. Hawthorn just holding it up. Birchall back out wide again, and it's received by Smith, who's been very good. He's got it here between half-back and wing. He kicks to midfield and he hits the target. Birchall. Mitchell runs forward. O'Brien pursues him. Mitchell kicks in the Puopolo direction. Davis over the top with the spoil. Makes high contact. Hawthorn free kick. And this young man, or not so young recruit, who has been such an important part of Hawthorn's performance this year, can line up.
Well, it's a gift free kick. We've just seen the replay. I don't think there was any free there.
It's finals footy, Wolsey.
Let him play.
Man on the mark, 40 out. 5 metres in from the boundary. Difficult shot. Puopolo kicks across the face. And it's touched through for a behind. Collingwood 2-3, Hawthorn 1-3. National Builder scoreboard 26 minutes in.
Just don't underestimate how important Ben Reid is to this outfit of this back six. He was the reason why they were able to intercept mark all year. He's the #1 intercept marker in the competition.
Medico's running everywhere down there, Seb.
Yeah, a bit of drama, BT mix here as well, just keeping an eye on the situation.
If I were a guessing man, that is a tweak. Ball comes back and it played Dawes, and Thomas went too early, gave away the free, Thomas. Dawes' sit was okay, but Thomas's was far too early, and Hale's got the free at half forward, about 65 metres out from the Hawthorn punt road goal. High balls it to the pocket. Tarrant holds off Buddy while Maxwell goes forward, and over the line and out of bounds it goes. Boundary throw in deep in the Hawthorn attack.
And what he does, he releases Maxwell to play that loose man. Maxwell might have to go there now, Kingy. So Reid being off is a massive thing, like you said.
Real chance for Hawthorn here. 27 minutes in. They're attacking. They could level the scores. It'd be a big boost. Bailey's got it from a skirmish. He snaps. He misses. It's a behind. Collingwood's lead 5 points. 2-3 to 1-4 on the National Builder scoreboard beyond the 27-minute mark.
Davis plays on from fullback again. Once again, the kick doesn't hit the target, but Johnson got it unimpeded on the bounce. Handball to Beams. They come back up the corridor to Swan. Swan at halfback takes Mitchell on in a foot race. Look at that. 2 bounces, Dane Swan. A controlled kick, the ball in the middle of the ground. He took the mark. Thought about Cracker. He'll be run down from behind. He got the handball away. away. Cracker stole it off Thomas. He was looking for some foot candy, Sel, but couldn't get it done. And Burgoyne marks in defence for Hawthorn.
Good win to Hawthorn there.
Yeah, about 40 seconds before the bell, boys.
Out wide to Shields. Has to be quick. Gets it to Whitecross. Drops a mark he should have taken. O'Brien's got him. Whitecross gets a kick on. Forward of the wing for the Hawks. Maxwell covers it. Close to the boundary line, over, throw in between wing and half forward for the Hawks in the last half minute of the opening quarter. Collingwood leading by just 5 points.
Boundary throw in, half forward here for the Hawks. I reckon they're the only ones that can score from here. Lewis went in, side bottom was there as well, wrapped him up in the tackle, so a ball up with 17, 16, 15 seconds left on the clock, closest to Hawthorn's end of the ground.
And now Maxwell's gone to Bailey, BT. That would have been Reid, and Maxwell would have been a loose man behind. They haven't got anybody, Collingwood.
Didak is preparing himself to relieve himself of the green vest. That is bad news for the Pies. Look at this, Franklin got the handball off. We've got 5 seconds. Hawthorn are going to score. Puopolo runs into the open goal. Right on the siren. The siren has sounded, and Hawthorn have hit the front by a point. And it's all bad news for Collingwood. They're behind by a point, and it does appear that Ben Reid is in serious trouble. Seb Costello for Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, BT, 23rd minute mark, went down into the medical rooms. Frantic situation on the Collingwood bench with coaches asking what exactly is going on. We know he's had groin and potentially hamstring problems in recent weeks. This could be a big blow for the Pies.
2-3-15, Collingwood, Hawthorn 2-4-16. Just get a World Cup update first of all, boys. What have we got, Rob Gilbert? Okay,
yes,
nothing
that
there,
worked.
Tony Shaw.
I tell you what, Ben Reid, this could be the biggest thing in the game. There is no doubt. Just then, David Hale had a contest with Nick Maxwell, who had to go to him because Reid going off the ground. This is big in the context of this game. Collingwood now will be able to readjust at quarter time when the Hawks came at him in the last 7 minutes. Hey, great pressure from both sides, keeping the Hawks in it, robbed by a toenail.
Yeah, and that goal by Puopolo, good play by Buddy Franklin, and he needed it because he'd had a very quiet first quarter. Nice handball over to the little bloke.
Hawthorn 2-4-16, Collingwood 2-3-15. National Builder scoreboard, 3AWS football.
Footy highlights brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
You can just tell this game's got some electricity about it.
Stolen by Lewis, swinging left footer to the punt road goal, and it belted through. Bloke, 50-metre penalty.
The umpire asked Guerra 4 times to come back.
I think the mark's been paid to Dawes. Pretty straight kick, got it. We've got 5 seconds. Hawthorn are going to score. Puopolo runs into the open goal. Yes, Hawthorn by a point at quarter time. 2-4-16, Collingwood 2-3-15. Cracker Barrel, vintage cheddar, Seb Costello.
Ben Reid just emerging up the stairs, BT. We're thinking back to when he did that groin injury here on the MCG at training. He has the right upper leg strapped and he's just getting a fitness test, doing some run-throughs with the doc as we speak. Looks okay, moving reasonably well, but as I said, heavy strapping on the right upper leg.
I'm not so sure, Seb, that he is moving all that well, but anyway, Europcar stats, David King.
Well, I think the game, boys, at this stage is being played on Hawthorn's terms. They're able to control the ball, as we said, 36 marks to 19. They've been able to come out of their defensive half at their own speed. The press hasn't had the impact just yet that we thought it would. Neon Leon, this is the game. Neon Leon versus really pretty much the Hawthorn press. He's had 10 disposals, Neon, 9 kicks, but only going at 40% by foot, Brian. I think Puopolo kicking a goal at the end of the quarter on him. It's a real test now for Neon. Can he go on and be productive in these next 3 terms?
The thing about Ben Reid, what do you do with him? Do you put him out there? Because if you don't play him for the rest of the game, Collingwood win. Do you put him into a grand final under a big shade?
I put him out there. You either pull your hammy or you don't pull your hammy.
I'm with you,
Yeah, I agree with you. I reckon you've got to get him out there and he either rips it completely or he gets through.
Seb, what's the result down there for Cracker Barrel?
He's going to start on the bench, BT. They don't look like they're going to activate a sub, so I reckon they'll give him another go. The doc getting right into the sort of upper hip joint area, giving him a bit of a rub. Jacket on for Ben Reid, though, so not coming on immediately.
Okay, Tim Lane, 3AW footy.
Big dilemma for Collingwood. Maxwell has Hale up forward, conceding a lot of centimetres. Collingwood at the punt road end. Swan's got it. Kick straight into his teammate Ball, who gets it back. Hand passes to Johnson. Tackled, brought down. Tug of war for the footy. Lee Brown and Rioli. Rioli goes down like a rag doll. There'll be another ball up outside the centre circle. Hawthorn by a point. Start of the second term.
Ball up, still inside the centre square. Jolly fighting for position, had a really good first quarter, went for the soccer. Here's Swan. Did he drop the ball? The umpire said yes, he did. Advantages paid to the Hawks. Here comes Mitchell to Franklin. Franklin takes the mark. Tarrant unable to stop him, neither is Brown. Peels off the handball to Mitchell. Mitchell on his favoured left foot, kicks around the corner, good looking ball. Mark taken by Cyril. 48 metres out on the boundary line is Cyril Rioli.
Well, again, Buddy featured there, took the mark, played on, got into a bit of trouble, gave the handball back to Mitchell, and again with his neat little left foot, hit up Cyril about 45 metres out, but he's on the boundary line as we speak.
Wrong side for the left footer Cyril, but it makes no difference to this man. Cyril Rioli, 48 metres out, right on the boundary line, top of the square, good looking ball. Hale at the back, really should have marked. He had the pack under the ball, over the line and out of bounds.
Well, he should have marked that. Matter of fact, I think everybody misread it, didn't they? Both defences really under a lot of pressure at the moment.
It wouldn't have been a huge psychological boost if he'd marked that early in goal. Bailey the tap at the throw-in, right in front of Hawthorn's goal. Pendlebury's got it, just took a little bit of time to find the handle, by which stage he was under pressure and tackled. And there's going to be a ball up 20 metres out, straight in front of Hawthorn's goal at the city end.
Well, not really exploding from these clearance situations like we've seen the Pies in the past.
And suddenly the psychological balance is tilted from the ball up. Shields is over it for the Hawks. Collingwood get numbers there. O'Brien onto a loose ball with a left foot. High, dangerous ball. Well marked by Dane Swan for the Magpies.
Yeah, Dane Swan has got hold of it. A point the difference in Hawthorn's favour. Early stages, second quarter, if you've just joined us. Here's Leon Davis, trouncing across the defensive goal square. Decides to go back to the north side where he came from and found Dane Swan right on the behind post. Swan a little kick inside to Pendlebury. Got to him on the half hop. Handball back to Swan. They're confused. Now Swan finds some room for Pendlebury. He takes a bounce out of defence. Handball's back to Swan, who's run straight through centre half back. Back to Pendlebury, but it went to the deck. Pendlebury couldn't control the ball. Through the feet of Swan. Here come the Hawks. Go back inside 50. Franklin was spun in the tackle. Did he get rid of the ball? The umpire said it was pinned. And a ball up attacking 50 here, the Hawks.
Good play, Puopolo, who pressured Swan and Pendlebury into error.
Parry and thrust. This is a terrific contest. At the ball up, it spills out to Franklin. Buried in a tackle. Shields, same fate. Pack. Free kick to Shields. Pushed in the back. Hawthorn's footy at the 50. They're doing all the attacking in the first 3 minutes of this second quarter.
And with Reid off, Maxwell has to play as a tall defender on Hale.
Reid just warming up to come back on now, boys.
The first term ending amid terrific drama with Reid forced from the ground. Hawthorn, now quick movement here as Shields gives off to Hodge, but the umpire says it's got to come back. Shields looking like a man who feels the distance is beyond him here. The man on the mark is at about 49 and a half.
Top of the square, 15, 20 metres out.
He goes short to a lead and he delivers. Thomas cuts it off. Spillage to ball. Hand pass Pendlebury to Johnson. Back to Thomas. Pushed though as he kicked. Poor kick. Picked up by Shields. Bangs it back. In the Puopolo direction. Belted away from him. Out to the 50. Sewell knocked it towards Shields. Head over the ball though was Cracker for Collingwood. Drew high contact. Takes the free kick at centre half back.
Gee, it was a wonderful hard ball to be won by Cracker. Little kick to ball in the middle of the ground, just working out towards the southern stand wing. Ball around the corner. Here comes Cloak on the lead. Cloak went straight through the hands. Nothing on there. Free kick after he dropped the mark. And in the back was Gibson, and so Cloak's about 75 metres out from the punt road goal for the Pies. It's 15 plays 16. Hawthorn by a point. Cloak winds up on the left boot, sends it goal bound. Dawes there over the top, couldn't get hold of it. Off hands, picked up there by Brown, not quite. Cracker lurking dangerously. Schoenmakers did well to Sewell. Sewell to Mitchell, out of trouble, the Hawks.
And he kicks short and he kicks well to Gibson. Hand pass to Rioli to try and set up some movement. Rioli waits for Mitchell to give him something up the wing. Can't get it to him. Hand passes to Smith. Hand pass to Gibson under pressure. Gang tackled. And his hand pass went nowhere. Swan getting active for Collingwood. Gives to Dawes. Gives into the pocket to Johnson, who's tackled. Taken to ground. Picked up again by Swan. There is a whistle.
Free kick,
Collingwood
Johnson.
Free kick. Johnson will take it just outside 50. Seb for Cracker Barrel.
Ben Reid back on, Tim. they're going to give him another go with that right thigh strapped.
Play on for Johnson, kicks it long to the square, off the hands of Jolly, minor score. Scores level, 16 points apiece. Just repeat that again down there, Seb, for Cracker Barrel.
Right thigh strap, BT. He's going to come back on. This is Ben Reid of Collingwood. Whisper and abductor muscle might be the injury.
I'll tell you what, the Seagulls are back in force. There's 100 out there now.
That's a good result, Brian. If it is the adductor, which is a very minor muscle, you can play with that.
Okay, here's Birchall from fullback. Goes out wide, a high ball. Harry O'Brien's up there to punch it back. It comes back into the path of Swan, who's got going in this second quarter here. Gathers the ball, tried to swing back on the right boot around the corner magnificently. Short ball to Pendlebury, who marks 45 metres out, perhaps a touch more, but he is right on the boundary line, but it does favour the left foot.
Dane Swan has had 7 disposals in 5.5 minutes of football for Europcar.
Yep, we've 6 minutes into this second quarter. Pendlebury has a shot from goal. Southern stand flankish area at the punt road end.
Gee, Benny Johnson's got blood pouring out of an eye.
Pendlebury getting some attention from the trainer as we speak. Johnson. Pendlebury comes in. Kick on the way. Gives it a real opportunity, but to the near side and a minor score. So Collingwood by a point on the TAC scoreboard.
Well, I'll tell you what, Birchall kicked in last one. There's no way known you can play on, and the player who's on the top of the square can pressure you. You should get 20 metres and get it out of this zone and over the back of the zone.
Benny Johnson coming off.
Blood rule here, Wolsey, as you rightly call. Gives all players a bit of a breather here. Chance to recompose.
And for all the Collingwood favouritism, right now it feels about 50-50.
Yeah, well, I think the Hawks need to get something on the scoreboard though, Tim, because quality across the field, across the 22, may be a factor later in the game. They've had 19 inside 50s each, and Collingwood lead it by 1 point.
Collingwood averaged 17 goals a season for most of the year. The last 5 weeks back to 13.5. They're not scoring freely. Hawthorn a good takeaway here. Osborne runs almost to the middle. Gives, gets it back from Shields. Dabs for Rioli. Wants a good bounce. Gets it from 50. Goal unguarded. Kicks it behind.
Wow, what a play.
This is on the high wire without a net right now. It's 2-5-17 apiece on the TAC scoreboard.
Oh, you're right, Tim. So delicately poised at the moment. Davis quickly back into play to Harry O'Brien. O'Brien goes long to the wing. Pendlebury in front, takes an uncontested mark. In fact, he dropped it in the end. Hawthorn butter up, have a look at the Collingwood numbers. I thought Maxwell got in the back of his opponent. Picked up by Isaac Smith. Short ball to Cyril. He takes the mark. Plays on. Centering ball to Whitecross. Very unselfish from Cyril. Whitecross will have a shot 20 metres out directly in front.
And who dropped that mark? Pendlebury dropped the mark. Like even the Hawthorn player had stopped. Lewis had stopped. Thought, well, he's marked that. He's a metre in front of me.
Oh,
and they
Wellingham.
And then the courage of Lewis to throw himself at ground level just opened the waters up for Smith to hit up Cyril.
May have called Pendlebury. Whitecross misses the shot at goal badly to the left. Absolute shocker it was. In the end, Collingwood 2-5-17, Hawthorn 2-6-18, TAC scoreboard.
Got to get it on the scoreboard, Brian. Yeah. I know they're having a good run here, the Hawks, but you just feel 2 goals 6. It's going to be a factor, no doubt.
A red cross right next to the name Whitecross for that. That was a gimme. It should have been nailed. Hawthorn by a point. Davis plays to himself. Goes wide in the beams direction, but Lewis for the height and size advantage outmarks him. And the Hawks will come again. He's 75 out. He kicks short to Sewell, who's doing some tough work for Hawthorn. He's a big man for the big game. Long ball, but he's there and he's got it.
Gee, they needed that. And I reckon it was a good kick. It was popped up to give Buddy a chance. He was behind Tarrant and then he just slipped in front of him and at full stretch able to take the mark.
They need a timeout here, the Pies.
Yeah.
They look rattled.
I've never seen them fumble or even just in general play not hit targets by hand or foot.
By this time last year, Geelong were beaten against Collingwood in the preliminary final. Franklin comes in from 20 and kicks a goal. Hawthorn lead by 7 points. 9.5 minutes into the second quarter. TAC scoreboard 3-6-24, plays 2-5-17.
Well, I think we're just a little bit stunned at the moment because of the pressure that Hawthorn, and let me say, the pressure has been really good. They've stopped Collingwood marking inside 50. Some of their rebound, they nearly had a goal from going coast to coast 5 minutes ago. But then, Kingy, I think the last 2 to 3 minutes is probably, I think Collingwood had it in their forward line for most of the time. Now it's nearly evened up a little bit. They just got the last 2 minutes, Hawthorn.
6 minutes to 3 inside the forward half, but they just look now, the defensive unit of the Pies, like they're not going to intercept mark anymore. They're not going to be proactive. They're standing now trying to spoil, and that's when Hawthorn are dangerous.
Europecast stats there coming from David King on 3AW Football. It is a 7-point Hawthorn lead out of the middle. Swan got the clearance, banged it forward, up towards Cloak in front of his man, couldn't hold the mark. Ball off hands, Burgoyne went and got it. He's played pretty well, Burgoyne. Little kick around the corner here, might have been from Cloak into Brown, gathered by Dawes. Probably should have gone the kick, went the handball, got caught in the handball. Gee, Hawthorn swamping them here now. Schoenmakers to Hodge, Hodge on to Stratton. Stratton out wide to Isaac Smith. The long-legged Isaac Smith kicks towards the vacant wing. Hale arrives and takes the ball uncontested.
The Hawks are doing it very well at the moment. He feeds to Birchall, a short kick to a leading Puopolo. Forward to the centre. Hand pass to the oncoming Bateman. Gave it the lot, miscued it. Maxwell in the way. Couldn't mark, but drew front-on contact from Whitecross. And the Collingwood skipper will take a free kick at centre half back. Bateman let the Magpies off the hook, as Kingy said, with a very poor delivery. Maxwell goes sideways to Davis.
Davis now to the lead here of Cloak, hits him on the chest with a magnificent kick. We're just hearing reports that Jim Steins is at the best and fairest for the Melbourne Football Club tonight, so good news there as Cloak has now got the ball on the southern stand centre wing. Kicks a high ball inside 50. Brown there, all the big hitters are there. Up they go, off hands. Murphy got the thump away. Wellingham was swamped with a couple of tackles. When he did pick up the ball, Lewis couldn't get it. Beams didn't have it. One of the free, nothing on. Isaac Smith's there lurking. Picks up the ball, immediately tackled by Dawes. The ball slips loose, but the umpire had blown the whistle. Ball up, 50 out.
I think the game at the moment is Davis versus Puopolo. If he leads him to the ball, they look like scoring the Hawks, and if Davis gets it, well, the counter-attack's on.
And they've slowed the Pies right down. They've got no run at the moment through the lines.
12 minutes in, Hawthorn by 7 points. Bailey gets it down to Hodge. High ball to the wing. Collingwood with a 3-on-2, but it bounces well for Puopolo. Davis brings him to ground. Puopolo levers out a hand pass. Buddy's got it. Does 360 to get his bearings. Kicks into half forward. Maxwell comes over the top. Takes it, gives to Leon, out on the line, kicks up the wing and beyond. It's coming back, relay ball. Collingwood's footy, Wellingham to take it between wing and half forward flank southern side.
Wellingham goes in and Cloak takes the ripper. Big pack contested mark, the best contested mark of the year. Travis Cloak lines up 35 out on a 45-degree angle.
Jeez, he hit that hard. He hit that hard. The free kick went downfield because Whitecross put Maxwell down. There was hardly anything in it, but the mark was sensational. In the middle of 4 of them, threw himself, put the knee in the back of an opponent, and it just stuck.
Umpires have been sucked in a couple of times here tonight already. 10 minutes remaining in the half. Cloak lines up with that left-handed grip on the ball, comes in and it's off the side of the boot. He lost control of it on the way down. Up they fly, no winner in the air, ball punched away. Over the line out of bounds, forward pocket here for the Pies at the punt road end.
Gee, it was a statement, that mark though, Brian. Look, he's missed the goal, he's miscued the kick. They've taken 4 marks inside their forward 50 so far. The Pies, 6 to the Hawks.
13 and a half second term. Collingwood just 2 goals in nearly a quarter and a half. Hawthorn will get a free kick here at the ruck contest. Bailey to take it in front of Collingwood's goal at the punt road end. He doesn't want to kick. He feeds to Hodge, who kicks coolly 20 metres to Burgoyne, who marks it still just inside defensive 50.
They need Burgoyne in the back line just to help Schoenmakers and Stratton out.
Hawthorn well practiced at bringing it out. Burgoyne plays on. Shepard arrived. He kicks short to Mitchell. Clear of the 50 now. Short ball to Sewell. Behind the centre line. They're methodical. It's not terribly pretty. It's not quick, but it's working. Long ball in the Lewis direction. Shaw up, knocks it away for Collingwood. Loose ball, Lewis. Hand pass to Hodge. Finesses it on, hoping for Smith. Wellingham steals it for Collingwood. Gives to side bottom to Pendlebury, who lopes forward. Kicks long to half forward. Gibson up. Couldn't mark. Spillage taken by Schoenmakers. Quick kick. Bailey receives behind the wing.
On the half-back line, Bailey, a little chipping kick into Mitchell. What a cracking game. He dropped an easy mark. Look at Collingwood players surrounding him. He fights him off, Mitchell. Got the give and go back from Bailey. Mitchell from the standing start. A little posy. Got the kick away. Partially smothered. Blair's there. Bailey underneath. Pendlebury went and got it. He's pursued by Sewell over the top, who was desperate.
What a game.
And the umpire will ball it up on the wing. A magnificent game of footy, Shorey. Hawthorn 24, Collingwood 17.
It's a hot ball, and I tell you what, there's going to be someone's going to come out of this, either after half-time or late in this quarter as someone who can break this game apart. You're just waiting for an individual to do it.
Colossal struggle in ruck. Third man, Hodge, swats it beautifully to Mitchell. The hand pass was dangerous, but deflected away by the Magpies. Mitchell goes back to it, but he's outnumbered, but he's held. And Hawthorn come up with a free kick when the numbers were about 4-1 Collingwood's way. And the dice is rolling Hawthorn's way in this second quarter.
That's the game. That little chip there, that uncontested marks, they're killing them all.
To Bateman, a long ball in the Franklin direction. 2 up against him. Spillage with Pendlebury. Hand pass to Davis.
Cool over the back. Davis through some traffic. Kicks down the boundary line with a beautiful kick to Cloak. Up he flies, no win in the air, knocked off hand. Comes to Whitecross. Bangs it back high on the head of O'Brien and Maxwell. O'Brien says, you go Maxwell. He does, couldn't hold the mark. Tuvey wraps up Isaac Smith in the tackle. He's pounded into the ground and will have a ball up on the attacking 50 for Hawthorn.
I'm excited, BT.
Yeah, it's great,
this is
isn't
as physical as you'll get. It's magnificent stuff.
2-5-17 Collingwood. Hawthorn 3-6-24 on the 3WTAC scoreboard. A ball up, Lewis ended up doing the ruck work. Maxwell gibbled it along the ground, went straight to Murphy, gave it off to Sewell with a handball. He stopped from the standing start, kick was smothered, gathered there by Wellingham. Did he throw it? Did he dispose of it illegally? I'm not sure. Handball from Johnson, went into Blair to Cracker. Cracker goes wide with a handball that missed the target. Johnson went at the man, Sewell went at the ball, and he came out with the ball, Sewell. It was magnificent play. Kick down to Hale. Hale a knock over the top. It comes into Tuvey. Hale went back and got it again. Cracker intercepts. Beautiful handball to Hallie O'Brien. Tried to spin out of the back. Did it well. Oh, what a cracking contest this is. Johnson went in. Flattened Bateman. Cracker was taken to the ground. And Collingwood win.
They do. They prevail in a tremendous contest. Side bottom kicks quickly, but attacking the ball is Stratton. Marks gives to Lewis. Quick kick to the dangerous Rioli. Hand pass to Birchall. Back to Rioli. Breaking away from the centre. Long ball. Franklin and Tarrant one out. Tarrant the spoil. Osborne the crumb to Franklin. Goal! Hawthorn break the deadlock. And unbelievably, the Hawks lead by 13 points. 7.5 second term. TAC scoreboard. Hawthorn 4-6-30. Collingwood struggling 2-5-17.
Well, it was an arm wrestle on the wing here in front of us for about 3 minutes, and we just saw collision after collision. Collingwood finally freed up, got it to their half-forward line. Stratton took the mark, got the handball across to Lewis, and they are backing themselves when they get possession to put the foot pass to advantage, and they did that with Cyril in the centre of the ground. He was able to play on, and eventually he thought, I can kick it long to a one-on-one, which was Buddy against Tarrant. Neither marked it, but Buddy cleaned up in the end to goal.
Did you see Jeff Kennett on the Foxtel replay? Jumping out of his seat.
Okay, Thomas out of the middle, gets it off to Pendlebury. A clean clearance for Collingwood. They've been rare. Kick to Cloak was a little stabby. It was punched away. Murphy went and got it. He was tackled by Swan. Swan didn't hold the man enough. He held the ball.
The reality is, Brian, Collingwood haven't scored a goal for 34 minutes of football.
Last one come at the 16-minute mark, Kingy, of the first quarter.
Correct.
And they haven't especially looked like it. Ball up. Pendlebury's got it. Hodges got him. Burgoyne paddles a loose ball. To Murphy, a quick kick. Hard ball. Lewis over the top of it to Bateman, to Hodge, to Rioli, to Guerra, to Whitecross. They're out. He's in the middle. Long ball. Puopolo and Davis. The bounce did them both. Picked up by Reid. Hand pass to Davis. Collingwood with the numbers. Davis clears to a loose man behind the wing. Side bottom marks and holds it up for the Magpies.
Has to steady a little bit side bottom. There's nothing down the boundary line in familiar Collingwood style. Now he waits for a player to present up. It's Cloak, and he takes the mark right on the southern stand wing in front of the flex of it sign out there. Travers Cloak. Just 2 goals, 1 to Dawes and 1 to Cloak for Collingwood. Cloak goes long and deep. Mark over the top. Brown couldn't hold it. Off hands. Gibson was there. Got the handball back into play to Pendlebury. Pendlebury caught one high from Hodge. The umpire said, no, you didn't. And we'll throw it back into play.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
One paid it, one didn't.
So Pendlebury's got the kick, swings around on the left boot, goes in, Swan comes hard at the ball, no winner in the air, so the ball hits the deck. Hale went hard, got it, was upended over the boundary line. Rugby style taken over the touchline. Throw in deep in Collingwood's attack zone.
Well, they've slow played this Pies really well. I tell you what, they're just getting numbers across to that side, knowing Collingwood are going to go down the line.
It is the best of finals footy. Throw in Hawthorn's ball, but it comes loose to Cloak. A hand pass to Tuvey, inside 50, an unlikely goal kicker, and he doesn't kick one. It fades away to the behind post. Burgoyne's got it. Kicks out over the 50 to Whitecross, has a runner outside, goes long down the corridor to nobody. Foot race, Davis O'Brien for Collingwood, Puopolo for Hawthorn. The Magpies have the numbers and they have the ball. O'Brien breaks, no one to go to, has to retreat. Back to Davis at full back. Collingwood being held up.
They went the wrong way initially with Harry O'Brien. Now they're back on the north side. He's Shaw on the half-back line, sees a hard-working Thomas, and he marks at half-back right in front of the members' stand here. 20-minute mark of the second quarter, an epic game of football being played. Hawthorn 30, Collingwood 17. On the TAC scoreboard, Thomas to the boundary line. Johnson was there, head strapped. He had a bit of blood from there. Over the line and out of bounds. We'll throw it in right in front of the Collingwood bench.
Tell you what, for hit-outs, domination by Hawthorn. They've got 2 and 3 going up, but at this stage it's 21-10 Hawks way.
Collingwood goalless in 21 minutes of the second quarter. Throw in. Cracker conjures possession. Gives to Lee Brown, to Ball, to Wellingham, to Johnson. All preservation stuff though, really. High ball into the 50. No one can mark. Spillage, Beams, tackled, dispossessed. Schoenmakers for Hawthorn. Gives to Mitchell. Scrounges a kick back to the wing. Collingwood with numbers and advantage. Tuvey, long ball into the 50, but Hale fills the hole. Collingwood free kick.
Jolly was held. Jolly was held and made sure the umpire saw it. And I think the umpire was right. There was no need for the hold to go on him. That ball was in the air for a long time. Jolly's been pretty effective.
Ben Johnson hobbling off.
The man on the mark, 20 out straight in front. Should be a Collingwood goal, and don't they need it? They're 13 points down.
Gibson infringed.
Jolly, 22 minutes, second quarter, kicks a goal. And there is relief in that roar from the Magpie Army. Hawthorn 4-6, Collingwood 3-5, TAC scoreboard.
Well, they'll keep coming. There's no doubt about the Pies. They're going to have a time when they get a free run at this, but you've got to give credit to Hawthorn. I really think they're slow played him. Gibson, he didn't have to do that in the end. He didn't know that because he had Hale right in the spot to intercept the mark.
Well, Pendlebury and Swan this quarter have had 20 disposals between them. Collingwood as a team have only had 74. Mitchell is absolutely on fire, boys. 10 this quarter for Europe Cup, racking up 17 for the game. And I think that Cyril Rioli's 11 touches, Shorey, 5 inside 50s. He's the one who's getting in those little gaps to really isolate this defensive press.
There's a lot of possessions because the pressure's that good. Blokes are just giving quick handballs, the old 1-2 if you can.
Ben Johnson, a couple of painkillers out of the middle of the ground. Mitch to Hodge. Don't you hear that a lot? Hodge's kick was intercepted by Maxwell though. Collingwood starting to wind up here from half-back. Here's Shaw, little chip kick to side bottom. He marks on the wing. What a cracking game. We've got 3 and a quarter minutes remaining before the half ends. Side bottom over the top to Shaw. He takes the mark. Just forward a wing. Right. They are starting to run again, Kingy. You've got David King, Tony Shaw and Rob Walls all over this one here. 23 minutes expired in the second quarter. The kick wasn't a great one there from Shaw. It goes in. Blair won a hard ball. Turned around with the right boot. Here comes Dawes. Up he flies, no win. Hits the deck. Hawthorn in numbers. Gibson did well.
Well, they played it well. He fed it out. And they just bounced it around. Guerra's got it on his wrong side. Kicks down the corridor. Needed to be good. He was. He found Shields. Going past him as Gibson for the hand pass. Hale unmanned, receives in the middle. Hand pass to Lewis, dances around Maxwell. Long ball, Buddy won out with Tarrant. Tarrant did well. Ricocheting ball, covered by Davis. Strong Shepherd O'Brien. Collingwood off the hook. Davis down the wing, but his kick's chopped off by Rioli. And this battle royal continues.
Rioli plays on to the middle of the ground. Up they fly. Blair with the spoil, but he's infringed and given away the free to Jordan Lewis. He's got it inside the centre square, 70 metres out. He decides to go sideways to Birchall. He's a good kicker as well. He turns on the left. Lee Brown wasn't aware of that. From inside the centre square, it's a thumping kick by Birchall. Long ball on the head of Hale. rush through for a behind. Hawthorn 31, Collingwood 23, TAC scoreboard.
Buddy stuffed. He was out on the wing. He hasn't moved for 2 minutes.
Davis wastes no time. Kicks long, finds Jolly clear of the 50.
Well, he's hurting them as much as helping them, Neon Leon, at the moment. He's had 18 disposals, 17 kicks, but only at 60%. Now, when you play down back, you need to be closer to 80 than 60%.
He's got it again as they retreat, and he switches to the other pocket, and O'Brien. It's Hawthorn by 8 points. We're into the last 90 seconds of the half. O'Brien switches again. Jolly over in the other back pocket. Collingwood having trouble getting out. Hawthorn the ones applying the clamps. Jolly long ball up the wing for Cloak, coming a long way up the ground, and he judged it beautifully as 2 Hawks flew too early. Cloak marks it, kicks long, beyond the wing in the Dawes direction. Gibson over the top of the fist. Spillage Blair couldn't take it. Schoenmakers for Hawthorn. Gives to Gibson. The Hawks are away.
Gibson, a beautiful little kick. Isaac Smith couldn't mark it. Balls all over him like a wet rag. Burgoyne got a ripping handball to Smith. Smith gave it to Shields. They're out of trouble. 44 seconds and a half remain. Can they pinch another one, the Hawks? Jolly knocks it forward. Cloak was flat-footed for a long time. He eventually tried to push his way through. Here comes Cyril. Got it to Burgoyne. We've got 23. 30 seconds left. An opportunity for Hawthorn again. Handball to Reid. Hale's there. And Reid will see it over the boundary line. Willie, he keeps it alive, Tim Lane, on the half-back line.
There was adductor testing material. Collingwood's ball. Pendlebury gives to O'Brien. He has a bounce. He backs himself. He did it well. Gives to side bottom to Ball. Just on 10 seconds left to Blair midfield. Collingwood looking for a late goal. A big morale booster. He kicks to a leading cracker. 75 from home. I reckon time's got him. It has. The sirens ringing. I don't know whether you can hear it. It is half-time.
Wow.
And it has been an absolute humdinger. Hawthorn lead Collingwood by 8 points. A major boil over, distinctly possible at half-time. Hawthorn 4-7-31. The premiership favourites Collingwood 3-5-23 at the long interval. Robert Walls on 3AW.
I reckon that's the most exciting half of football I've seen this year. You will not get an easy kick out there. They are hitting you with everything. It's fast tempo football, and then it's smart, slow football. The Hawks are just dominating possession, or trying to dominate possession, more marks than the opposition. But when they get a chance to go for a fast break, they go for it. That looks risky, but they back their kicking skills. Collingwood not to be denied, but boy, they needed that mark or that free kick to Jolly to get a goal at least in that second quarter. Low scoring game. Will someone be able to break free in this third term? Don't miss it.
TAC half-time scoreboard sees Hawthorn 4-7-31, leading Collingwood 3-5-23. It's a ripper game. Speeding drivers are the biggest killers on our roads. Remember that message from the TAC. 3AW is Friday Night Football.
With thanks to your local Toyota dealer. Broadcasting across the world on 3aw.com.au. Melbourne's own 3AW is football.
Back at the MCG, third quarter about to start. Hawthorn by 8 points, 4-7-31, lead Collingwood 3-5-23. By the way, the Westgate Blue Ribbon Foundation urgently needs to raise $125 grand to upgrade emergency wards at the Western General. And part of Melton Toyota's commitment, the RAFL is going to share the commitment of the worthy cause. This week's grand final will be known as the 2011 Westgate Blue Ribbon Foundation, the Melton Toyota Grand Final. Romsey playing the Sundry Kangaroos, Lansfield Park on Sunday. All presented to you by Melton Toyota. Grant Harrison and the boys out there doing a fantastic job getting that up and running. We're about to start the second half of football here, and Hawthorn lead it by 8 points. What are you thinking at the moment, guys? Is obviously Hawthorn have the upper hand. Have Collingwood gone hard enough? Do you think they're capable of bouncing back strongly from here? What do you reckon?
I think they are. There's a lot of upside with Collingwood. There's no doubt about it. None of their players, like Daisy Thomas has had 3 weeks off footy. Lee Brown had a bad half. Dane Beams. Alan Didak sitting on the bench in the sub. We were just discussing.
Who's the likely...
I reckon Beams.
Right.
Yeah, I would think Beams with only 2 possessions of the midfielder. He does play high forward too, so... that'd be the one. And I tell you, in the first 8 minutes, BT, if it hasn't gone the right way, I reckon I'd throw him in pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it could be the making of Alan Didak and what can happen in the grand final, the way that he reacts in the second half of this game.
And it would not spell good if Collingwood got through for Beams in the grand final, would it?
No, for Solo's hanging in the woods.
Yep.
I reckon the other thing, Mick Malthouse has had 15 minutes to think about what are we going to do about preventing Hawthorn coming with that extra man up at the ruck contests, and let's see if he puts that in the mind of his players to prevent players like Lewis and Hodge coming over the top.
All right, well, here we are with the second half of football. We're just about ready to go. Hawthorn lead it by 8 points. It's been a ripping game of football so far. Here is Tim Lane for 3AW Football.
Well, Collingwood are in unfamiliar territory. It's virtually the first time this year in a game that's really mattered that they haven't been playing with overwhelming confidence. That's Hawthorn's biggest victory, I reckon, in the first half. The second half is underway and the ball is loose. Mitchell gets his hands onto it, tries to help it to Bailey, can't get it out to him, and there'll be another ball up on the edge of the large centre circle. Hawthorn by 8 points as the half begins. Collingwood playing from behind. It hasn't happened often, and when it has, we've wondered whether they've really been trying. At the ball up, Swan's got it for the Magpies. Bangs it forward but high. Fisted on by Cracker, but straight to Burgoyne, who switches play for the Hawks. Lofts it for Birchall to run on. Hands not as sure as Hawthorn would have liked. He's got it though. Gets himself out of trouble. Stabs it up the wing. Puopolo and Davis. Puopolo got rid of the Magpie man. Swan arrives though. Took a while to pick it up. Got it. Gives to Shaw. Torps it long to half forward.
He does. Dawes is under it. Splits the packet. Spills wide to Blair. He'll arrive first. Hawthorn Sewell second. Wrapped him up in the tackle. Blair got the handball out wide. Maxwell gathers. Couldn't get boot the ball. Socked it off the ground. Gave it to Cracker. He wanted the free kick. Won't get it in this way. An opportunity for the Hawks. Centre half back Mitchell to Schoenmakers. Schoenmakers lovely kick to Lewis. Lewis marks uncontested on the wing. He can go and he goes short and finds Osborne.
Got it between wing and half forward as Hawthorn looked to build. He holds it. He ignored the short option Bailey. He goes to another short option, Shields, who's about 90 metres out. He kicks long to the forward pocket. Puopolo takes the mark on his chest.
Well, the target was Buddy, and Buddy went under it, and Puopolo, with Leon Davis up his hammer, was able to get behind Buddy and take a strong chest mark.
He doesn't really like the shot from here. It's the tough forward pocket for a right footer. But this man's been surprising us all year. He short passes to Hodge. It's only about 8 metres, but it's been paid and the angle's been cut almost in half.
And I don't like that. I don't like seeing
Nick
the captain.
Maxwell, how was that?
I don't like seeing the captain berate his teammates for that sort of thing. You're 5 minutes into the third quarter of a final. You need to keep your composure.
Yeah. Well, he said to Possum Eyes, where were you?
I'll tell you what, though, that was 8 metres. The umpires have got to be better than that, boys.
Yeah, I reckon it was too short.
Oh, gee.
Hodge is about 30 metres out. The angle now is about 45 degrees. Big moment. The captain comes in and misses on the near side. Hawthorn at 4.8.32, Collingwood 3.5.23, Stockdale and Lego scoreboard.
That's 1-5 from set shots.
Yeah, not good enough.
Leon Davis to kick it in from fullback. Gee, they've missed some opportunity, the Hawks. Davis looks like he wants to play on and bring it out to the northern side. He will. Kicks a high ball to the pack. Thomas is the target and he'll mark. He went under the ball by a long way, Thomas. He had an uncontested mark if he stayed with it. Pendlebury cleaned it up. Harry O'Brien yet another fumble. I reckon that's been the story of the first half for Collingwood. The fumbles. Here's Osborne. Handball cool to Mitchell on the boundary line around the corner, and it got a piece of it. Hodges taken the mark. Deep in the pocket. Plays on with a centering ball. Finds Guerra. 40 out directly in front. They're asleep, Collingwood.
What about the fumbles? I've never seen the Collingwood side. Look, Daisy Thomas has been out of football for 3 weeks. He went under the ball. He was by himself by 10 metres.
Can't afford to miss this, Guerra. If he does, it's 1 goal, 6 from set shots in a close game, in which if they take advantage of these set shots, they could get a match-winning lead.
He's a very solid kick, Guerra. He steps to the plate and he hasn't let them down, I don't think. He's kicked the goal. Hawthorn get the first goal in the second half. 5.8.38. Collingwood 3.5.23. Stockdale and Lego scoreboard.
Shorey, how good is Sam Mitchell under pressure to compose himself? That left foot pass to Hodge was unbelievable.
It was fantastic. It's time to roll the dice now. Didak's got to get on there, boys. They need a lift. I play him around the centre, trying to get him forward to be a goal kicker. They need something now. It's time.
Got to move Daisy Thomas forward, boys. He's just made too many uncharacteristic errors around that middle of the ground, that corridor area or that wing area. Get him forward, get Didak into the game.
It might be a little early, but I think Collingwood are in trouble. And they can still win the game, there's no doubt about that.
Early.
But they are struggling. They're not themselves. They're not playing well. From the ball up, Lewis had it. He was tackled. Swan breaks, but he's tackled. And the kick goes sideways. A foot race. Birchall wins the race handsomely against Lee Brown. Hand pass to Sewell. Hand pass to Bateman. Kicking towards half forward, hoping for Bailey. Hammers the spoil down to Franklin. Got it now. Maxwell tackles. Hand pass to Bateman. Falls over. Has to get it out. Umpire circling. There'll be a ball up. 60 from Hawthorn's goal.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Daisy Thomas, Kingy. They need someone across half forward with a bit of speed too.
Ball up half forward here for the Hawks. They look threatening again. Hodge does the ruck work, knocks it straight to Lewis. Lewis gave a no-look handball to Hodge. Gathers on 50. Beautiful centering ball. A long ball. Cyril and Harry O'Brien, one out. Cyril knocks it over the head. Went back to get it. Was he held? The umpire said no. Maxwell stopped.
What's going on?
I think Maxwell thought he heard the whistle. And he made no attempt, so he's been penalised. Rioli plays on. Short ball and finds Mitchell. And it's lessened the angle. Mitchell line up 35 out, 45 degree angle.
They are rattled.
What happened then?
Well, I think they all thought it was a Cyril free kick. The umpires didn't play it. Even the Collingwood players stopped Maxwell, and then he gets caught in the tackle.
I reckon Cyril's done his hamstring as well, just a little tweak. He's got it heavily strapped, and he's stretching it out now.
Good kick.
And he's just looking a little funny. I saw the doctor speak to him just before half-time. Mitchell with the big kick. Mitchell kicks it. Good guys, goal of the day. For Whirlpool, pay less, pay cash. Hawthorn bolt out of the blocks. 6-8-44. Collingwood 3-5-23.
Oh, they're on. They are on. 3 inside 50s this term for 2 goals, 1. The marks again are the factor, boys. That is 8 marks to zip in this quarter. 15 kicks to 5. They are just smashing them. Uncontested possessions. 16-2 in favour of the Hawks. This is just control. This is just put panic into the opposition by dominating through possession, and they haven't been able to handle it. They haven't been able to remain composed, the Pies, especially down back.
All their senior players on ball. Mitchell, Hodge, Lewis, they are having a massive impact at the moment.
Collingwood 21 points down. I didn't think we'd hear ourselves saying it this year. Bounce of the ball, Jolly wins beautifully to Swan. Breaks away out of the middle. Bursts the full measure. Long ball. Gibson looks to have it covered at the back. Fist on the ball. Taken by Schoenmakers. Gang tackled. Can't get it out. There'll be a bounce. 15 out from Collingwood's goal, and the Magpies need one like they haven't needed it all year.
Can't believe they haven't made the move with Beams. He's still given them nothing early in this third quarter. A ball up 15 metres out from Collingwood City end goal. They knock it a long way away, the Hawks. They got it to Whitecross. Whitecross tackled. That's an incorrect disposal. Free kick, the umpires paid advantage. The kick goes in. The mark's taken in the goal square by Dawes.
Lucky.
Dawes has marked it on the chest after the advantage was paid, and he'll be directly in front of certain goal for Collingwood.
Very lucky, Brian.
Yeah, but Whitecross pulled down. It was a terrific third man up, and they were getting the clearance. Whitecross ready to kick, pulled off the footy, free kick. Pendlebury played advantage, and in the goal square.
Get it back to a 15-point margin. Dawes for his second goals. He's got it. So Collingwood answer with a goal of their own here in the third quarter at the 8-minute mark. 4-5-29. Hawthorn 6-8-44. Stockdale and Lego.
Well, I tell you, it was lucky in one way, but it was a great tackle, and that's the pressure that they have to get back to, Collingwood, in their forward half. The ball has come out too easily in that first half, and on that occasion, the turnover Whitecross should have had better awareness, but well done to the Collingwood forwards by keeping the ball in there.
It's got the Collingwood fans up and roaring. Was that Thomas who put the tackle on, Kingy?
Big tackle from Thomas.
And I just felt the clearance from Swan gave everyone a little bit of a lift there.
Yeah, out of the centre, you're right.
And that's their game, Brian. Get it inside the forward 50 and tackle and harass and win it back. They got out to the biggest lead of the game, Hawthorn, 21 points, but a quick reply to the Pies.
Listen to that. Margin back to 15, bounce of the ball. Luke Ball's got it, bangs the Magpies into the 50. No one can mark it. Picked up by Burgoyne, finds his way clear. thumps a long ball through the middle, up towards half forward. Franklin takes Tarrant past it, double back, helped it cleverly to Shields, turns away from goal, comes back, kicks to Popolo, held, free kick, 25 out straight in front.
Oh, Leon's having the one. You've got to swap this matchup. If Puopolo play Leon up the half back line, Puopolo goes away from goal, that's better than what's happening at the moment.
Did you notice they kept Puopolo close to goal so that Leon's under pressure when it comes in?
He sure can go down there and play on him. You've got a number of players. Tuvey could play on Puopolo.
Didak jogging, boys, ready to go.
Puopolo's shown great temperament all year. It lets him down here. He kicks poorly. Another miss from a set shot by the Hawks. They're 6-9-45, Collingwood 4-5-29. Stockdale and Lego scoreboard 10 minutes in.
What do you reckon, Cracker Barrel boy? Not far to go for Didak.
He's certainly been preparing for action early in this third quarter, BT.
I think he might have got the call from the fitness staff. And Leon Davis kicks in magnificently to Swan, who marks uncontested in the end on the half-back line. That is a huge miss by Puopolo. A big miss. Swan short ball finds Reid.
I tell you who's trying to keep them in the game is Dane Swan, Brian. He's really lifted his intensity from a very high standard anyway. He's had 5 this term.
Reid transfers to the northern side to O'Brien. He gets a little kick away to Thomas. A better build-up from the Pies. One of their few in fine style tonight as Thomas goes short and finds Ben Johnson on the wing.
Member side. Johnson with a bandaged head, kicks to half forward, beautifully weighted for Willingham. Got up, couldn't mark. Dawes is there for the crumb, but he fumbles. He's tackled. He gets it to Tuvey, but the hand pass wasn't clean. Spillage to Bateman, keeps it close to the boundary line with a little nudge off the boot, and it's over for a throw in between wing and half forward for the Magpies. 11 minutes in, Hawthorn 45, Collingwood 29.
It's a great game when every contest means something, isn't it? Brown doing the ruck work with Bailey. They tie each other up. Lewis got it from the stoppage. The smother on the Sewell kick was brilliant. Picked up by Guerra. He skied it high, right in front of the bench. Here comes Buddy. Buddy and Tarrant go at it. Neither of them got it in the end. Johnson got the handball back to Tarrant. Tarrant to Pendlebury. Pendlebury a difficult one to Wellingham, who took it over the line luckily. And a boundary throw in on the centre wing on the northern side of the ground.
Last 10 minutes, 14-8 the contested possession in favour of Hawthorn. 17-7 the uncontested. They are killing them here, the Hawks. Need to get it on the scoreboard though.
Hawthorn 2-1 for the quarter. Swans there again at the throw-in. Hand pass didn't get a result. Birchall had it, lost it. Ball for Collingwood. Scrambles a kick forward. Attacking it for Hawthorn. Stratton stolen from him. Dawes to Swan. Lost the ball as he broke away. And Gibson collects the loose footy. And he relieves for Hawthorn with a kick to Smith.
Smith on the half back line. It's a good run here from the Hawks. Shields with a nice ball out in front of Puopolo. He and Davis go at it. Puopolo could have been held off hands. Collingwood got some numbers at half back. Tuvey is able to turn around the corner. Collingwood got a lot of players free here. It's picked up by Sidebottom. He goes short to Thomas. Thomas didn't attack the ball the way he should have. Ball knocked away. Brilliantly done. Mitchell went and got it. Gave it to Hodge. Hodge went straight through. Centre half back. Hawthorn come out with the ball with Schoenmakers.
Magnificent defence. He kicks to Bailey behind the wing for Hawthorn. And the brown and gold hold firm again. Bailey long ball, one-on-one, Maxwell and Hale. Hale interferes. The Collingwood skipper takes the free kick forward of half-back.
That's a weakness there. You don't want Hale across half-forward line.
Maxwell long to Cloak over the top. The ball knocked to the boundary. Half-forward for Collingwood, northern side of the ground.
I'll tell you what not to forget, boys, that it's 16 points of difference and they've eked in the 13 minutes of this third term. Time will be a problem for Collingwood with Hawthorn's control by a mark.
13-minute mark, and as you say, 16 points. Jolly knocks it down. When will they activate Didak? Here they are, searching for their lives at the moment. The Tuvey kick was partially smothered, kept alive there by Beans. One of the few things he's done in this game so far. Players converge. Ball up on the edge of the centre square on the north side, slightly favouring the Collingwood end.
Dane Swan off, and he has been probably Collingwood's best in this third quarter.
And Hale now has gone to the back, the last person in the forward line. I reckon he suits that better than half forward.
And Franklin off, Tarrant went with him. From the ball up, Mitchell's got it for Hawthorn. Kick forward to the centre line, collected by Osborne. This is dangerous for Collingwood. Kick to Puopolo. Shaw with him. Puopolo off the ground. It curls around the goal square. Shaw wins the race back to it. Soccers it, but straight to Hale. Can't get around the tackler. Gives to Puopolo. Gives inside to Smith. Tackled by Shaw. Brought down. Ball up.
Wow, what a game. What pressure.
They made the change.
Yeah, Puopolo just too good for Neon Leon.
So ball up here Only 20 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. Their fans are on their feet at that punt road end of the ground. Ball up right in front of the 3AW 693 sign. Jolly does the ruck work, knocks it down. Trying to bustle his way out, the skipper Hodge. And he's pinned by side bottom on one side and Thomas on the other.
What about Neon Leon forward, boys?
Yeah,
He's
why
a
not?
dangerous forward, gives you some speed.
Why not?
29-45 in favour of Hawthorn. Midway through this third quarter. Ball knocked down. Reid, who has had a little bit of an injury question mark early in the game, seems to have recovered. Burgoyne got the handball. Boundary line shot. Burgoyne misses to the right-hand side and a minor score. So 46 Hawthorn, 29 Collingwood, Stockdale and Lego.
Collingwood's kicked 4 goals. Jolly, Dawes and Cloak. They haven't had a small bloke kick a goal.
No.
Shaw, short ball to Swan in the back pocket, and another short one around the boundary line to Ball.
He's going there now, Leon. Leon's just snuck down. He's a big chance of kicking a goal in the next stand of play, I reckon.
Mr. X Factor, long ball, Willingham from behind, soared but couldn't mark. Thomas took the crumb, hand pass, put Dawes under pressure. Collingwood have got it though. Pendlebury to Thomas, sloppy hand pass, missed Davis, over the line it goes, throw in. Daisy Thomas is having a forgettable one.
Well, they've had 2 loose ball gets all night in their forward 50 of the Pies. That's an area where Andy Cracker, Daisy Thomas and Neon Leon can get involved.
Europe car style boundary throw in on centre wing. Hawthorn got some numbers around the ball. Guerra gave the handball out the back door to Sewell. He eluded the Pendlebury tackle and he kicks it long and deep into their forward line. Reid over the top, punched it away from Bailey. Leon Davis arrives, takes it over the boundary line, will throw it in. Half forward for Hawthorn. They're under the pump here, the Pies. 6-10-46 Hawthorn. Collingwood 4-5-29.
Not sure how long they can allow Hawthorn this extra man down
with
there.
you.
16 minutes gone.
Boundary throw in of the third quarter. Kick goes back into it and there it is into the hands of the extra man Stratton.
Who feeds the hand pass to Gibson, switches to Schoenmakers. He's in the corridor and he goes further across ground to Birchall as the left footers of Hawthorn unite. Birchall comes inside on the right, gives to Murphy and then weaves between 2 Magpies to receive, but his kick's poor. And it's to Johnson of Collingwood who marks it beyond the 50. He's outside the 50, high on the half-back flank for the Magpies, but it's not in scoring territory. It's nowhere near it. He kicks to Shaw, and the Magpies need scores at the moment. They trail by 17 points, 17 minutes in.
Oh, Shaw to open one up in the middle to Blair. Blair plays on immediately. He sees Cloak running to goal. That's a magnificent kick. Cloak takes the mark, runs, plays on into the open goal. Collingwood got one against the flow.
Oh, great kick.
2 goals apiece in the third quarter. 5-5-35. Hawthorn 6-10-46.
That's against team rules, Rob. What Heathshaw did was probably Mick Moldhouse against team rules, but you've got to take it on sometimes.
Well, Heathshaw pressed against the boundary line on the half-back flank. In that situation, Collingwood always go along the boundary line to the wing to half forward. He put the ball into the middle corridor. And why not? Because Blair was free, and then Blair, it was a terrific kick. He just turned around, saw Travis Cloak running towards goal, kicked a 50-metre pass. Cloak marked it running with the flight into the open goal.
Well, you've got to be brave enough to lose games to win them, boys.
No doubt.
They've left them in the game here, Hawthorn. Set shot goals, missed.
Magpies metal being tested and they're rising. Swan gives to Johnson, kicks into the 50 but in the way. Stratton takes the mark for Hawthorn at halfback. He gives it by hand. It's a little nervous hand pass, but Guerra has time and space. He's on the 50, dabs it back into the corridor. Hodge marks, looks for a 50 here as he lets the ball spill, doesn't get the penalty, kicks short. Burgoyne marks it for Hawthorn and then goes over to the southern side. A high hanging ball for Murphy, who outfoxed Thomas. Hand pass to the running Birchall. Short kick to Hale. Wanted the hand pass inside. Has to kick outside to the advancing Shields. Has a bounce and a second. Crosses 50. Kicks from 45 across the goal face and out on the full. Another wasted opportunity. A Collingwood free kick.
Well, their forwards have been good. You've got to give them an opportunity in those situations.
Tuvey plays on, kicks it back in the ball, uses his body and takes the mark. What about Dale Thomas out over there? He should have known he was going to be beaten in the air and man the mark rather than go for the win. It could have cost them a goal. Luke Ball now on the half-back line for Collingwood, does the disciplined thing and goes down the boundary. Grove just pushes Schoenmakers out of the way and took an easy mark on the interchange gates. I reckon they're starting to come back in the game a bit now, the Pies. They sniffed just a little bit. Knocked away from Brown here. Guerra got the handball away in the nick of time. Gibson took him on. He won't be penalised because the boundary line arrived before he needed a handball, and will throw it in front of the MCC members, to which Collingwood
they've lifted. Don't worry about that.
Leon Davis is in the goal square for the Pies.
Hawthorn by 11 points. Hale the tap. Sewell will collect. A hand pass to Whitecross, who undergrounds it, but he hasn't had a good night. He gave it up, he got it back. He swings a left footer up towards half forward, but covering for Collingwood. Tarrant takes a fine mark, read the drop of the ball, goes backwards to Maxwell. Hand pass to Pendlebury, kick semi-smothered, a race for it. O'Brien first there, tackle brought down, Hawthorn's ball. Smith, hand pass to Rioli, kicks a goal.
Oh, look at Isaac Smith. Have a go at Harry O'Brien.
Hawthorn stretch it again to 17 points. Stockdale and they go scoreboard. 20 minutes third quarter. The Hawks 7-10. The Magpies 5-5.
Well, they went for the switch of play, the Magpies, across the half-back line, and the kick was smothered, and it meant that Harry had to pick up a half volley, and he was swamped. He was swamped by 3 Hawks. A couple of handballs, and in the hands of Cyril, and from 20 metres out directly in front, he was not going to miss.
Hawthorn brilliant, 17-point leaders. This is igniter time. Leon Davis has gone deep forward, Shorey.
He's gone deep forward. I still don't like Collingwood's forward line. You've got Brown, Cloak and Dawes. You're pretty big and pretty slow.
Back in the middle. Jolly refused to jump, stayed down. Collingwood need a clearance, and they're not going to get it just here at the moment as the ball's pinned in. We'll ball it up again.
Again, Brian, I won't harp on this, but 21 minutes in time will be an issue. The Hawks will shut this game down. We've seen them do it in big games before.
6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Hawthorn up by 17. The knock to Osborne. Fed the handball out to Smith. Smith got around 1, got around 2. Gave it off, gave it straight to Cracker. Cracker goes wide, but it's going to come back. Hawthorn in big numbers. Mitchell marks right on the Melbourne logo on the northern side. Just a nice little squaring ball to Bateman. Picked it up off the toes brilliantly. Bateman goes inside. Here they come. Rioli couldn't hold the mark. Off hands picked up by Cracker. Cracker high ball. Guerra's under it. Cloak's going to come over the top with a sprawling thump. He does. But look at that. 3 on to 2. Hawthorn's way. Look at the 3 players in the middle of the ground. Sewell takes the mark. He's reluctant to play on. Got around Beams in the end. Surely he's got to come off now. To Buddy on the lead. Couldn't get it. Look at the front and centre. Hodge hammers it from 55. Hodge with a long ball. Misses to the right-hand side at a minor score.
Got to get Didak on.
7-11, 53. Collingwood 5-5. 35.
Got to get Didak on. Beams has had 2 disposals for the game. He had 2 to half time. He's had 2 for the game. Mick, you've got to do something.
What are they doing there, Roberts? It just stands out.
And Didak's the sort of bloke who come on, kick a goal and lift the whole thing.
And you need to do it late in quarters when players are tired. Don't do it at the start of the last.
I'm with you.
Couple of short kicks from the Magpies. And it comes to Swan. Still just inside the 50.
5 minutes to go, Tim.
3-goal lead to Hawthorn. The Hawks kicking to the punt road end in the third quarter of the 08 grand final. That's the end at which they stitched it up. Reed's got the footy as they switch play. Kicks long out over half back. Wellingham searches for Tuvey. Stolen from him by Puopolo. Tuvey gets on top of him, wants a free kick for holding it. So to about 60,000 Magpie fans. They don't get it. There'll be a ball up Hawthorn's side of the southern wing.
4:45 remaining in the third quarter. Hawthorn 53, Collingwood 35. One of the best games we've seen of the year. Maxwell from half-back. A high ball. Lee Brown's done nothing. Contest for that. It spills to the little forward, Leon. He had the legs taken out from underneath him, but legally, said the umpire. The handball to Schoenmakers. Centre half-back. Peels it off to Gibson. Gibson, an iffy little chip. It's been marked by Pendlebury. It was a horrible kick. Leon Davis is in the pocket. The ball comes that way. High ball they go. Murphy's able to arrive and punch it away for the Hawks. Brilliant defensive move by Murphy. Over the line, out of bounds, we'll throw it in deep for Collingwood.
And Josh Gibson went up and smacked him on the backside, said, thanks, mate.
Because Gibson's kick out was a shocker.
And just too much hang time on the kick to Davis. Throw in. The Hawks are able to close it down here and force a ball up 30 out from Collingwood's goal.
They've been very good at this, the Pies. Have been able to get one free, and it's been Cracker more often than not.
Margin 18 points. Collingwood needing a goal. Pendlebury third man up, but he knocked it straight to Lewis. Hand pass to Sewell on the breakaway. Hand pass to the speedy Bateman. A little nurse off the instep. Not much good. It's good for O'Brien of Collingwood, who kicks long. Magpies need a mark. They don't get it. Fall of the ball, Bailey. Hand pass to Gibson under the pump. Hand pass to Shields, to Schoenmakers. Clearing kick to Osborne. The Hawks hold up again.
Osborne marks at half-back. Still no movement with Didak. I think from memory they don't use their subs until deep in game, Collingwood. Well, this is a clear case where they need to. A high ball, Tuvey punches it away.
That's a bit of match-up.
From Puopolo.
Well, BT, when you got a player like Beams who hasn't touched the ball in this quarter, he had 2 touches in the first half, you just got to get him off. It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
Kingy's right, though. Don't do it. Everybody rest at three-quarter time. Do it with 2 minutes to go so you can kick a goal.
Yep, well, right now it'd be good. An opportunity now for the Hawks here at half-forward. Beautiful handball. Franklin on the boundary line. He took Harry O'Brien on. This would be a miraculous goal. He missed and put it across the face. Out of bounds on the full. 3 minutes 13 remaining in the third quarter.
A goal there, and I reckon this game was just about ice.
They've got to get a freebie here, Collingwood. Hopefully they can break out, but they've done well.
Didak's coming on, I reckon, boys. He's starting the warm-up.
Franklin burst through the O'Brien tackle as though it didn't exist. Maxwell, high ball from the back pocket, not a great kick. It falls off hands out to the boundary. A throw in 80 metres from Hawthorn's goal.
I reckon they've stopped running. Here, Collingwood. But Swan and Pendlebury have had 19 disposals again between them this term. Where's Wellingham? Unsided. Davis 1 possession. Blair 2 disposals this term. They need to run.
Clear window Hale in the ruck. Thomas stole it. Dispossessed. Hawthorn a little hungrier here. Wellingham, though, gets it back to Thomas. Quick kick unguided and marked by Burgoyne. Seb for Cracker Barrel. What can you see down on the Collingwood bench?
I can see a very fiery Mick Moldhouse making a few changes with his coaches, and just the last time the Pies played, didn't activate the sub to the 23rd minute mark of the 4th quarter.
Yep, as Birchall goes wide to Schoenmakers, we've got 2 minutes 32 in the quarter remaining.
You know what the other problem is, Brian, is that 7th defender, that extra defender for the Hawks is really killing them.
Isaac Smith, it's 35 Collingwood, 53 Hawthorn. Smith pumps it into Franklin, up they fly. Franklin push in the back, and Tarrant will get the free here, or will it be Maxwell?
Just have a look at the moment. It is Gibson just roaming around. They're allowing Schoenmakers to take poke, and Gibson just intercepting every play here. They give the ball to the users like Burgoyne or Hodge, who's now gone down back.
Nick Maxwell down here and feeling the effects of that Franklin bang, and Wellingham has taken the mark at half-back.
Gee, they've stopped this kick down the line pretty well tonight, Hawthorn. They'll probably get this. No, they won't.
Yeah, it looked as though Sidebottom was going to mark it, but he dropped it. Lewis, hard man, taken over the line here.
Lewis just gave Cloak a bit of an elbow in the scon, not seen by the umpire.
There'll be a throw in it's right on the wing, members side. Hawthorn by 18 points in the last 2 minutes of the quarter. Collingwood need a goal from the throw in. Magpies with numbers at it, and Blair breaks a Mitchell tackle, swings the ball into the 50. No one able to mark. Dawes has got it. Sidestep. Hand pass to Cracker. Absolutely buried in a tackle. Spillage taken away for Hawthorn by Burgoyne. Massive victory by the Hawks. Short ball finds Shields at halfback.
And they have got players everywhere here at the moment, Hawthorn. There's a minute 30 remaining in the third quarter. Osborne's taken the mark on the wing. He plays on. Gee, Thomas looks tired. He kicks it over the head of Harry O'Brien and Bateman. They go in a one-on-one battle for the ball. Bateman went to ground. O'Brien kept his feet, did it well. Handball back inside. A minute and a quarter in the quarter to go. And a short ball finds Thomas on the backward wing. Thomas looks incredibly tired. Little kick over the top is very, very lazy. And Johnson marks on the southern stand wing. We have got 58 seconds in the quarter remaining.
Bateman had to do better in that one-on-one then. Harry O'Brien did really well.
Need a goal here, Collingwood, before the bell. They got 50 seconds.
Johnson hoists it. We're into the last 50. No one can mark. In fact, about 4 Hawthorn fists met the ball and took it over the line. 80 from Collingwood's goal.
That exact kick that he sure did before back in the middle was on again. Now, I'm not saying they're going to take that chance, but in the last quarter, there's nothing to lose in a final. If Hawthorn leave that kick available, the Pies will take it.
43 seconds. Incredibly important. Pendlebury's got it for the Magpies with the right foot, but it's too strong for Dawes, and it's well offline. It's through for a behind, and Hawthorn lead by 17 points. They have the footy at the kick in. There are 30 seconds left.
Yep, and they won't be giving it up here. They go short into the back pocket. They find the man here in Schoenmakers. He knows the runner's been out there and told them of the clock. It's 53-36, a 17-point Hawthorn lead. Not insurmountable, but in a final, that's a big lead. Hale takes a nice mark at half-back. 15 seconds remain in the quarter. What a cracking game of footy. This quarter has seen Hawthorn kick 3 and Collingwood 2. Hale from half-back as the crowd draws their collective breaths for one moment in this quarter, about the only opportunity they've had. Siren sounds, and Hawthorn are very, very close to a grand final berth as their president, Jeff Kennett, along with supporters, stand and applaud a fantastic quarter of football. 7-11-53 Hawthorn, Collingwood 5-6-36. That's a 17-point Hawthorn lead at three-quarter time, Rob Walsh.
Well, it's just the most amazing game. The effort by both sides is incredible. I'd say the effort by Hawthorn, I don't think I've seen a team give more effort. They are willing themselves to get to every contest. They are showing amazing courage, and they've had opportunities in that forward line. They kicked 3 goals to 2. They outscored Collingwood in that quarter, but they should have been even further in front because they've missed a couple of easy set shots for goal. But it's their experienced players like Lewis and Mitchell. Burgoyne's been sensational across the half-back line. Birchall, another across the half-back line. Schoenmakers has been good. And it's going to take something special. Mick, you've got to get Didak on.
Yeah, and he's warming up now, but the vest is still there, Wolsey. Hawthorn by 17 at three-quarter time. 7-11-53. Collingwood 5-6-36. That's on the Stockdale and Lego scoreboard. 3AW is football. Back at the G, three-quarter time. Hawthorn by 17 points, playing the game of their lives. Alan Didak has had the green vest removed, boys, and he is going to play in this last quarter. We're yet to find out who's come off. Let's go down to Seb just very quickly, Seb.
BT, I can't tell you who's had it off. I asked it's interchange, Stuart, but he might be a Collingwood supporter.
They may not have handed the note in yet.
They definitely handed the note in. Saw him hand the note in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be Beams. The poor kid hasn't had a kick. I've looked at the stat sheet. Kingy's stat sheet says he's had 2 handballs only in 3 quarters of football.
Could be Ben Johnson, boys.
Well,
he did hobble off.
He's got a bit of an ankle injury, I think.
Shorey, what are you thinking right now?
Well, what you've got to do is take the game on a bit. Like, I know that Heath Shaw kick in the middle of the corridor, that is the one way they're going to get in this side. Hawthorn have defended so well around the contest outside wide. So now they've got to take some risks. They've got to get some run. I would rather go down by another 3 to 4 goals. Beams has got the jacket on. Okay, well, he's only had 2 possessions, and that's 2 handballs for the game. But they've got to take some risks. I like the move of Leon Davis forward. He looks like he's going down to defence now. I just cannot think why you would go with that. Didak really's got a left, but gee, they look like they've got a lot of tired players at the moment.
Ben Reid as well. Europe cars.
Just having a look, the reason why they're in front, Brian, is players like Sam Mitchell. The leadership he's shown tonight's been terrific. 26 disposals, 4 inside 50s and a goal. Birchall, Lewis, Sewell all had the 19 disposals. Gibson, Smith and Burgoyne. Burgoyne, this is his best game for quite a while. He's had 18 disposals. You just feel like Hodge, Rioli, Burgoyne and Mitchell will provide the leadership and the composure in this last term.
Is it the last quarter of Mick Malthouse's time at Collingwood? The margin is 17 points and Hawthorn lead. The Magpies are looking down the barrel. Final term underway. Bailey cleanly to Mitchell. Tremendous smother by Thomas for Collingwood. Side bottom gets down and dirty. Osborne has a go for the Hawks. The ball ain't coming out. There'll be a bounce just outside the circle.
Well done to Daisy Thomas. He's not having a good night at the office. At least do your defensive part.
Ball up back in the middle of the ground here. Hawthorn looks certain for a clearance there. There's a knock over the back by Lewis. Gobbled up by Maxwell. Swept on by Swan. Did really well. A side bottom bounced off the tackle. Pendlebury went without the ball. Didak got his first touch to centre half forward. Blair had to hold the man off. Bailey swoops it over the top. Comes back into Osborne. Grabs the handball. Got it to Lewis. Long ball out wide to Batesman. Didn't get the bounce in Hope. Bateman went to ground. He didn't need to, but he got a free.
Leon into his back.
So Chance Bateman has got the free right on the Toyota logo.
Incidentally, Sporting bet at three-quarter time. Hawthorn $1.43, Collingwood $2.75. The Hawks, hot favourites. Bateman swings it long into the 50. Hale can't get to the drop. Tarrant positioned himself well, takes the mark, feeds off to side bottom. Long ball up the members' wing. Hodge brings down Davis. Got to be a free. Not paid. Collingwood with a 2-on-1, but can't capitalise. Hodge has got it for the Hawks. Gives to Bateman. Feeds inside to Lewis. Hand pass to Schoenmakers. Long ball. Franklin with 2 against him. Tarrant the big fist. Rioli crumbs. Gives to Puopolo. Terrible bounce. Goes back to it though. Misses the target with his hand pass. Hale goes down like an oak tree. Pack around him. Pack of Magpies. Ball up 40 out from goal.
He went down like a very slow oak tree.
Oh boy, a tackle, carried him a little forward, but we've got a ball up. You just get the feeling Hawthorn get the first one. It's game over. It's 40 metres from their goal, this ball up. Bailey doing the ruck work. Neither ruckman touched the ball. In the end, it was swatted out to side bottom. We've got a quick kick away to Dawes. Dawes trying to trap it on the half volley. Couldn't get it. The knockdown favours Sewell. The handball to the left-footed Schoenmakers. His handball went astray. This could be dangerous. Didak in the middle of the ground. Gave the handball out to Pendlebury. He goes wider to Swan. They got some clear space here, Collingwood, on the southern stand. Back inside to Pendlebury. Remember, he's got a left boot. A little left foot stitcher. Finds Blair. He can run and go. Blair to the short ball. Cloak. Cloak is marked. 45 metres out directly in front.
Boys, Schoenmakers, I tell you, just when you want control, kick the ball to the top of the square, get the ball in the danger zone. A horrible handball turnover at centre half back.
No certainty this with Travis Cloak on the end of it.
I tell you what, if he kicks this, Brian, the crowd will get involved. Collingwood need this dearly.
And they do. It's about the distance he likes. Directly in front from on the 50. Kick on the way. Looks a little bit right. It is. It's a miss. 37 Collingwood. 53 Hawthorn. RACV scoreboard.
Collingwood with just 3 goal kickers for the night, and as Wolsey said during the third quarter, not one of them a midfielder. 2 to Cloak, 2 to Dawes, 1 to Jolly, all the big men. Just 5 miserable goals. Burgoyne long ball for Hawthorn. Up goes Lee Brown, can't mark. Hodge the crumb. Very quick hands to Murphy. High mongrel up the wing will land inside the line and slew back into play. Thomas has got it for the Magpies. Gives to Shaw. Dispossessed. Picked up for the Hawks by Hodge. Hand pass to Whitecross. All Hawthorn inside. To Sewell. To the dangerous Mitchell. Slicing ball to Puopolo in the pocket. Got it. Got rid of the tackler. Off the outside of the boot for Rioli. Just too fancy. O'Brien's got it for Collingwood. Gives to Maxwell. Oh, well done by Rioli. Laid the tackle. Maxwell desperation hand pass to Thomas, who kicks to Shaw.
Brilliantly done by Thomas. Handball to side bottom. A long one to Jolly, but he's not a kicker. A funny little stab kick to Cracker. Cracker goes inside to side bottom. Side bottom gets on the ball. He could have gone short to Blair. He went long to Dawes. And Dawes has taken the mark. 30 metres out directly in front.
Great play side bottom.
Great play, Thomas.
Yeah. I reckon that was lucky, boys. That he really had Blair on 10 metres in front. What was Puopolo thinking?
Well, he had no left foot. He was 15 metres out. He spun around on his left foot and said, I don't think I can do it. So he's gone on the right foot, the outside of the right foot. He tried to hit it to Cyril.
Biggest kick of the game. Directly in front doors. 30 metres out. Huge kick. Punt road end. He's kicked the goal. Dawes has got it. Have a listen to this. A deafening roar has thundered out of the MCG, and Collingwood are within 10 points on the RACV scoreboard.
That's the first time that they've capitalised on their overlap run down the wing. Had the support runner on the inside, and the Hawks just couldn't go with them. It was Cracker inboard, the side bottom, back to Didak, back involved, and they gut run the wing, Wolsey.
Yeah, side bottom was terrific. He ran from defensive 50 to forward 50, linked up 3 times, and a really smart kick that he put to Dawes.
I'll tell you what, mate, 2 young kids make bad mistakes, and the game can just be taken out of your grasp. They call them coach killers. That's exactly what they are.
That could be the moment at the other end of the ground. Hawthorn might have been 4 goals in front. As it is, it's back to 10 points. Bounce of the footy. Hale wins for Hawthorn, hoping for Sewell. Ball wrenches it from his hands. Draws high contact. Collingwood's football in midfield. The Magpies are coming. Luke Ball, low kick to centre half forward, and Dawes with the sit. Can't mark. Davis crumbs it on the left. 1-on-1 in the goal square. Yes! Magpies within 4 points.
I'll tell you what, Brian, I'd love to have a look at that goal line competition there between Dawes and Gibson, because that was a clear hold. The umpire saw the whole thing, but who cares? It's a goal to Neon Leon.
Unbelievable, the Igniter's done it again. Seb Costello, cracker barrel.
Yeah, BT, just coming off the ground at the moment is Liam Shields. Looked to be giving the left shoulder a bit of favouritism, but the doc talking to it now.
I've never heard a roar like that in my life.
No. Oh, that is a horrible free kick miss. But
on the Foxtel replay, Shorey.
The other thing, the clearance though. Luke Ball really tough in the clearance at the centre bounce.
Oh boy, things happening. Collingwood have kicked 2 in a row. They're within a goal here. Hawthorn have got the clearance out of the middle. Sewell goes with a long ball. Puopolo advances over the top. Tarrant sockers it through. In fact, missed the goal line over the line and out of bounds.
I'll tell you what they've done. They've taken away the extra man for Hawthorn. They're going one-on-one, the Pies.
Yeah.
It's paying dividends.
7.5 into the last quarter. A lot of football left in this preliminary final. Hawthorn by 4 points. Deep in attack. Bailey hand on the ball. Ball steals it for Collingwood. Swings it back to the 50. Blair misses the mark. Fights on. Well tackled. Spilling.
Free kick.
Holding the ball. Free kick to Hawthorn.
Bateman's tackle terrific.
It's a tough rule, but it's the Hawks footy. Man on the mark, standing on the paint. So Bateman will kick from 55 out. I'd say that's beyond it. It's a very crowded 50. He sits it up, and it's a mark to Luke Hodge.
Well, I saw it, Tim. Hodge was moved to full forward about 3 minutes ago. Bateman waited for him to lead. He led. Now he's marked that in heavy traffic. 2 bites at the cherry. I tell you what, we need a skipper's kick here.
Oh boy.
What a moment for the captain.
What's his conversion rate, boys, this year, Luke?
Luke Hodge, 18-16.
Oh, gee, it's a 50-50.
Oh, no.
Man on the mark, 25 out. The angle, very slight. It should be a goal. His team's lead has been cut to 4 points. Hodge comes in and puts it right through the middle. It's the Hawks by 10. RACV Business Insurance scoreboard. Hawthorn 8-11, Collingwood 7-7.
Just watch the Foxtel replay. I don't think that was Wellingham's best attempt to spoil, boys. Ball in the air in that sort of zone, you have to go with everything. Commit your body. Finals on the line, premierships on the line.
Make no mistake, we have a game, whereas perhaps 15 minutes ago we didn't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those couple of mistakes have allowed Collingwood. Hey, a good side will make you pay. That's where Hawthorn in that first half did not. Those set shot misses. They'll look back if they're going to lose this game on those set shots.
Centre clearances are huge, boys. Centre clearance is massive in this game.
Hawthorn by 10 points. Plenty of time. 14 minutes remaining in the last quarter. What a cracking contest. The ball in the middle favours Jolly, but he got jumped over. G. Hodge is in there. He's everywhere at the moment. Bailey was there, had the ball knocked away. Picked up by Shaw. Shaw of Collingwood kicks it to centre half forward. Wellingham pushed his man out of the way and gave away the free. It was too obvious.
We're up. High half back for Hawthorn. Goes wide. White cross takes the mark for the Hawks. Still between half back and wing. He kicks to the wing and Lewis out wide. Beneath the Great Southern stand, soon to be refurbished. But we'll forget about that for the moment because we have a pretty fair footy match on our hands. Lewis gets close to the man on the mark and kicks very high.
That's a shocking
kick. And Luke Ball marks it for the Magpies. He feeds off by hand to Pendlebury. Forward by hand to Wellingham. Now to Didac, the sub. Quick right footer along the line, but fisted by Schoenmakers away from Dawes. Over the line for a throw in.
Have a look at this. Jolly coming off, Seb, in real trouble.
Absolutely, he's hobbling off, just came from the middle of the ground, looked to be favouring the right leg, definitely leg injury, Wolsey.
Yeah, looks like a groin, doesn't it, the way he gripped at the inside here, the boundary throw and knocked down. Thomas runs onto the ball, gathers it, 60 metres out, centering ball, here comes Dawes, he's got a jump of it, off hands, Collingwood little men stay down, Ball had a shot at it, in fact it was side bottom, he was run down, dropping the ball, big tackle by Grant Birchall. Tackle of the night, saved a certain goal.
Heath Shaw had seized upon the spillage and was running goalward as the whistle was ringing in his ears.
He kicked that.
Long ball, Birchall out towards the southern wing, comes to the back of the pack. Big Hale, he's been a good performer. He gives to Bateman, quick kick, has Rioli in the clear, near the boundary line, paddles, collects. O'Brien blocks his path. Rioli, little tunnel ball, hoping for Franklin Magic. He's got it. He hand passes. He follows up. But the Magpies have got an army against him. Maxwell's got it for Collingwood. Quick kick. Bad bounce for Pendlebury. Over his head. Straight to Sewell. Backwards to Bateman. Under pressure. Can't find the handle. Pendlebury with him. Bateman comes away with it. Tackle brought down. Holding the ball. Collingwood free kick behind the wing.
He's buggered, Bateman.
Yeah, I tell you what, I reckon a couple of times he's made some shock mistakes also.
Right groin, we're told, for Darren Jolly. You reckon he won't play anymore, even if Collingwood are in the game. Here goes Shaw, hammers it to half forward. Dawes is there, Cloak's taken the mark. It bounced off his shoulder. He plays on, 60 metres out. Blair's got position. Up he goes too early. He's messed it up. And a free kick he gave away to Guerra in the end in the last line of defence.
Oh, this is edge of the seat stuff. A hospital ball for Suckling, the sub, who's come on. And he marks it though for Hawthorn.
That's a good move to get Suckling on. His kick and run will help.
Kick to Birchall, hand pass to Mitchell, quick kick to Stratton, hand pass for Suckling, missed him. Collected though by Smith for Hawthorn. Hand pass to Stratton, kick towards half forward, Bateman. Half volley, couldn't get down to it. Taken by Thomas for the Magpies, gives to Pendlebury. Well-weighted kick to Luke Ball behind the wing.
112 people here tonight. 87,112. Short kick to Maxwell. We've got 10 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Didak's out, boys. They can get it to him at centre half forward.
Hawthorn 59, Collingwood 49. 10-point margin. Ball out to O'Brien. Have a look at Heath Shaw. He's got room. He can go over the top to Didak with a short kick. He does. Didak's got plenty of space on Hodge, who looks like he's running out of a little bit of leg. And Didak's kick, the Cloak is good. He marks on 50. He plays on. Wheels around. 55 metres. Got it off the instep. And in the end, the Hawthorn player stopped it from going out of bounds on the full, which is unusual. And we'll have a boundary throw in deep at the punt road end for Collingwood.
Oh, this is where they're good. This is where they're really good, although Lee Brown's in the ruck now, so I haven't got that bigger dominance like Jolly.
Hawthorn by 10 points. Magpies deep in attack. Swan's dangerous. He's got it. He snaps. He kicks a goal.
That's where they're good.
Well done, Shorey.
Margin 4 points. RACV Business Insurance scoreboard. 14 minutes final term. Hawthorn 8-11, Collingwood 8-7.
You know, I reckon they're still going third up at the ruck though, Shorey. Yeah. It's a lesser dominant hit-out man in Jolly off the ground, Brown in the ruck, so that's giving them the extra number at ground level now.
It's ridiculous to keep doing it. One-on-one, you just go with it.
I don't think you need to negate him now.
No. Darren Jolly's groin is gone, but you reckon they're just going to try and get him out there just so he can tap the ball.
Well, he can't move.
Can't move. You don't put him on.
I'd go with Lee Brown.
Right.
Let the crowd get you home, Brian. 4 points the difference.
Hawthorn by 4. We've got 10 minutes left, though. There's still a lot of time. It's just starting to open up a bit, isn't it?
Thomas has lifted, Brian. He's got his eye in. He's had 5 disposals this term. Luke Ball's had 4, and he's sure every time he gets it, they look like scoring.
Ball up in the middle. Brown won it down. A hold in the middle, not seen by the umpire. Burgoyne takes him on. Got the handball to Sewell. Sewell has got to beat a heap of traffic here. In there is Thomas. He got Hale high. Umpire pays advantage. Burgoyne, that's a throw. The umpire didn't see it. He threw it one hand. Hawthorn have got it out now to Sewell. On to Murphy. He's got Shields running wide on the northern wing. He'll pump it into the city end goal. Shields to Franklin. Franklin's there. Tarrant knocks it away. Well done, Collingwood, and now Wellingham and Reid.
And Reid kicks along the flank to side bottom. Takes the mark. Attacking build-up for Collingwood. Short ball to Blair. Hand pass to Cracker. Into half forward. Half volley for Cloak over the ball. Swan there dangerous again. And Blair. Blair a hand pass to Lee Brown, swinging left footer. Collingwood looking for a goal in the lead, but it's knocked by Schoenmakers to the boundary for a throw in 30 metres around. Magpies attacking, 15 and a half gone. Hawthorn lead by 4 points.
Boundary throw in within 30 metres of Collingwood's goal. They haven't led since the 8-minute mark of the first quarter. Davis is lurking dangerously around the goal. He applies the tackle here on Shields, and the ball is held in and under. Will ball it up again.
Well, they're getting him with their run here. They're getting with their run, Collingwood, not so much their legs skill. They need to keep this overlap going.
Cracker and Davis lurking dangerously here on the forward 50 for Collingwood. Lee Brown forcing to do the ruck work. The knockdown Birchall. Quick kick away Burgoyne. Dangerous territory in the middle of the ground. Tuvi's there, so is Puopolo. Puopolo did really well. He keeps the ball alive. Waits for the troops. They didn't arrive. Pendlebury got it. Kicked it inside 50. Here comes Dawes. Dawes flies. Couldn't hold the mark. Off hands. It's picked up by Schoenmakers. Did he take too long to throw it? The umpire said yes.
Gee,
free kick, Leon Davis. Now have a look at this. He's right on the boundary line, 30 metres out, and I'm telling you now, if there's anyone more certain to kick a goal, it's Leon Davis.
That's a Chris Judd rule, that, isn't it?
He's already got one this quarter, Brian. He's been the igniter.
He does the shoes up, composes himself. He's on the northern side at the punt road end. He'll start his approach from the perimeter piping. He does the shoe up. The players are saying he's taking too long, but it doesn't matter because the clock has stopped. Davis steps around on the angle. He'd be called play on if he doesn't call. Be careful here. A lot of angle right on the boundary line. Leon Davis, what does he go? The drop punt, or does he run around on the right? Mitchell's ready for that. He's going to go the drop punt. Biggest kick of his life. Leon Davis comes in, misses across the face. They fly, no winner off hands. Boundary throw in deep forward pocket for Collingwood.
Tell you what, BT, just if he kicked that goal, I don't reckon it was Leon's free kick. The other Collingwood player did the tackle.
Jolly on.
Same player as the one a moment ago when Swan gold for Collingwood. Jolly with Hale, spillage to Hawthorn. Lewis bangs it clear. Tarrant and O'Brien both there. Tarrant waits down at the back, covers the ball. Stolen though by Rioli. Breaks, goes wide to Bateman. Hawthorn running forward. Quapolo, if you can see him and get it to him. He can't.
Shields.
Now he goes long. Shields running for it, but it hasn't got the depth.
Got to get Bateman off.
Marks for Collingwood.
And Johnson will take it through centre half back. He just hammers the ball long. Collingwood have got some free players here. In front is Jolly. Off hands Davis went one hand. Hale went two. Got it off to Birchall. Here go Hawthorn on the rebound. They go wide to Bateman and now they settle back with Birchall. Half back. Little handball inside to Bateman. Bateman around the corner. Horrible ball. I just reckon they're starting to panic a bit, the Hawks. Maxwell goes long and deep looking for Pendlebury. He uses the body on Mitchell. He spins out of the tackle and he's got a free. He's 85 metres from Collingwood's goal.
They are running all over him here, boys.
Yeah, the force is with the Magpies at last.
Got to get Bateman off if you can.
18 and a half gone. Long ball to the pocket. Dawes and Cloak. Cloak has taken the mark. 30 out on a 45-degree angle and will be kicking for the lead.
Can't help but think there's a little bit of Arizona in this, boys. Their run is enormous, isn't it?
Look, they had to have their time. Just a couple of shocking disposal errors by Chance Bateman. You know, you've got to control the ball. He's tired. Tried to play the ball on quick. Kicked it, turned it over twice back to Collingwood. Not good enough.
Both times kicked it to Maxwell.
Yep.
16-minute mark first quarter last lead.
Cloak kicks from 40. Final quarter, Collingwood in front. Have you heard a roar like that ever? RACV Business Insurance scoreboard, Collingwood 9-7, 61, Hawthorn 8-11, 59.
And I tell you what, the big blokes don't get any smaller, do they?
No.
And we've seen Dawes and Cloak take terrific pack marks. The two big power forwards have kicked 6 of their 9 goals.
They have come from the dead. Alistair Clarkson can't stand it anymore, and he's gone to coach from the bench.
They can't lose their faith here, the Hawks, Brian. They're in this. They're right in this game.
And I reckon Buddy's been played too deep all quarter. They haven't been able to get the ball into his area because he's been playing out of the square. He's at centre half forward now. Collingwood
by 2 points. Can you believe it? Jolly on one leg in the middle of the ground. Hawthorn have got the clearance. No, they didn't. Now Mitchell didn't kick the ball. It should have been a free kick. Handball comes to Bateman. Back to Lewis. Lewis goes inside 50. High ball. Reed there. A fumble. Hodge. High tackle. Should have been a free. It wasn't. Harry O'Brien handball out wide. Now Swan on the half back line. A little kick will find Luke Ball.
The Magpies
at 50 metres.
Oh, that is embarrassing.
50 metres against Suckling.
That is embarrassing free kick there.
Great play, Swan.
Well, it's amazing how they won't play free kicks, but they'll pluck minor infringements. Suckling's given away the 50. Ball comes to within 60 of goal. Too far for him. Kicks into the pocket. Dawes the target, can't mark. Burgoyne's got it, bangs it blindly but gets a result as it falls onto Lewis's chest at the 50. He kicks short. to Shields between half-back and wing members' side. A hand pass, untidy for Birchall. Back inside now to Bateman. Long swinging ball. Big Hale. Reed with him. Makes the spoil. Fall of the ball. Not much there for the Hawks. Reed coughs it up to Hale. Quick kick to Franklin. Can't mark. He's got it. He gives to Osborne. A snap from 45. Hangs in the air. Falls right. Hasn't got the carry. Maxwell takes the mark.
He wanted to play on Maxwell. There was no one there, and this is going to compromise Collingwood's position because he's now got to kick over the man on the mark in the back pocket and down the line. Osborne smothered the ball. Maxwell got the handball off to side bottom. Side bottom really up against it. Collingwood panicking a little here. Side bottom takes a bounce. It's Collingwood at the moment by 2 points. We've got 5 minutes exactly left in the game. And the kick is magnificent. Finds he's Shaw at halfback. 4 minutes 51 remaining. Shaw with a little tip over the top to Dawes on the lead. Didn't get there. Will he get a free for in the back against Stratton? No. Over the line and out of bounds. Throw it in. Half forward for the Hawks.
Great smother. What about the working of the mark? Every little thing counting at the moment here, Brian. Last quarter, inside 50s, 10 all. Collingwood have kicked 4 goals from their 10 inside 50s.
Imagine if the Hawks kicked 2 behinds. We could have extra time. Wouldn't Geelong or West Coast love it from the throw-in? Should be a Collingwood free at will. A high tackle.
Wellingham.
Next goal, critical here. 2-point lead to Collingwood.
Yeah, and Guerra just about took his head off.
Maxwell's had 8 disposals in this term. He's been fantastic.
That's because Bateman kicks it to him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
He's had 9, Bateman, so maybe he owes him one.
Right. 9 times he's kicked it to him.
He's had 8 of them.
4.5 left on the clock. Collingwood's footy, and they lead by 2 points. Short ball. He's just about out on his feet. It's a shocker to Thomas, who has to give to O'Brien. Swings it 4 to the wing. Front position, Swan. Shields makes the spoil. Blair the crumb. Helps it to Swan. Quick kick, semi-smothered. Birchall's got it for the Hawks. He feeds off by hand to Suckling, who kicks short to Mitchell. Hand pass to Schoenmakers from behind the centre to an open front half. Osborne and Franklin. Franklin finesses it. He's got it on his wrong side. He kicks. A goal! He kicks a goal! It's a bloody miracle.
Bloody oath.
The Hawks are back in front with Franklin's 3rd goal at the 23.5-minute mark of the last quarter. 9:11.65 to 9:7.61.
Well, they made the break off half-back. They got it to Mitchell, to Birchall, kicked it into the forward 50. There were 2 Hawks and 2 Magpies. Buddy chased the ball to the boundary line. He had the superior pace over Tarrant, but he was heading towards the boundary line at 100 mile per hour, 40 metres out. If he had a right boot, he would have put it on the right. Well, he hasn't. He put it on the outside of the left boot and dribbled it through.
That's why you pay your big stars big money.
I reckon Chris Tarrant in one-on-ones in this quarter has been sensational. He's had 3 times he's beaten him one-on-one.
Hawthorn by 4 points back in the middle of the ground. Clearance out of the middle goes to Burgoyne, who's had an exceptional game. Now to Hodge at half forward, peeled it off, gave it to Bateman. Bateman took him home, got caught with the ball. They strip him of the ball. Now Collingwood go forward, Cloak's out of the loop here. He'll gather the ball at half forward, turn around on the left. Thumps a high spiral inside 50. Here comes Dawes. Up he goes, no winner in the air. Ball hits the deck. Dawes off hands, got driven forward in the tackle. No free. Umpire lets it go. Hawthorn Schoenmakers, a little bit of a worry. Suckling socket off the ground. It went straight to Cloak and he marked.
The tacklers can do as they like. They won't pay a free kick. Cloak from 80, swings it, miscues it. Schoenmakers drops a chest mark. Collingwood had an opportunity, just couldn't seize it. And the Hawthorn defence holds it in. There'll be a ball up. 25 out from Collingwood's goal. 3 minutes left. The Hawks lead by 4 points.
What about Schoenmakers, the youngster? He's had some horrors a couple of weeks ago.
25 metres out from Collingwood's goal. They trail by 4 points. The knockdown comes, picked up, around the corner, snap it, goal! It's there! Luke Ball has kicked the goal! Collingwood have hit back! Have a listen to that! Unbelievable game of football! 2 minutes 49. Collingwood by 2 points.
3rd man up isn't working. It's allowing that loose man at ground level. They don't need to do it. Most ruckmen are tired now, so it's not a massive issue to get a 3rd man up.
They've kicked 2 goals.
3 from crumbs.
It's 2 goals from forward 50 stoppages, the Pies. They've been fantastic at that. That's been their craft. Centre bounce is critical. The Pies have kicked a goal from centre bounce. The Hawks haven't. They need one.
2 minutes 49 left.
Where's Cyril? Where is Cyril?
Collingwood by 2 points. Jolly rucking Hale with him down to Hodge. Can't break the tacklers. Swan's got it. Bangs it forward for Collingwood. Out wide. Cloak very good in the last quarter.
Good.
Too quick for Gibson here. Wheels onto the left. Swings at Goldwood. How will it bounce? Into the square. Touched. Hits the post. Minor score. Collingwood by 3 points. 26 and a half gone. 2.5 left.
Hawthorn quickly back into play. We've got exactly 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. The kick from Hawthorn wasn't great, but fortunately it found touch near the interchange.
Gee, Jolly's groin again, BT.
Yep.
He's gone off.
He has. 2 minutes 20 remaining in the game. It is a 3-point Collingwood lead. What a remarkable game of football. Boundary throw in. Incredible stuff. Off the foot of Wellingham. Come to Suckling. Kicked it around the corner. Swan's there, grabs the ball. He's tackled by Cyril.
Hands.
Couldn't hold him in the tackle. It comes off to Reid. Danger here for the Pies. Thomas went really hard. He was upended. A brilliant win there for Lewis. Got the handball up to Burgoyne, but he's wasted the footy out wide to Shaw. It'll beat Shaw over the boundary line, and it's a half-forward throw-in for the Hawthorn Football Club within 60 metres of their goal with 1 minute 56 remaining.
Oh, it is so tense. 80 from goal. Collingwood lead by 3 points. Couple of minutes left. Throw in, just about cleared the pack. Burgoyne for Hawthorn. Quick kick forward. Puopolo there. Franklin there as well. But plenty of defence. Collingwood hold it up. It's in the forward pocket.
Gee, that's
a
tough.
Collingwood free kick.
That
holding
is
the
tough.
ball.
Composure now. Composure now. Just play wide. Stick to your game plan, Pies.
Tuvi's ball.
He's going to go down the line on the northern side. Gee, come inside a
wide
little
enough.
bit too much. He did. Cloak there. That upset him. Over the back of the packer comes the side bottom. He didn't handball it cleanly. He got it off now to Pendlebury. Pendlebury sticks it out in front of Brown. Brown goes with Gibson. He paddles the ball another 10 metres. He's got Didak on the inside. He didn't realise it. He let it go and it goes out of bounds. 1 minute 13 remaining.
Good effort.
Collingwood by 3 points.
Good effort, Lee Brown. Had to chase hard and only got about 25 metres, importantly, out of bounds. Collingwood forward line, they can start again.
72 seconds. A Collingwood goal would win it. Hawthorn have to raise the effort of their lives, and Luke Hodge is trying to do it, but Davis steals it from him for the Magpies to side bottom. Quick kick in the cracker direction, surrounded by Brown and Gold. Murphy, hand pass to Sewell, tackled, taken over the line by Cloak, and Collingwood hold it inside their 50.
Well, they need to go one-on-one, Hawthorn. If they're to win a ball forward of centre, they can't allow Reid to be loose like this.
53 seconds in a gripping prelim final. Winner through to the grand final. It's that simple. Here comes Swan. His attack on the ball was brilliant. Knocked out of the way. Lewis has got it to Cyril. Cyril at half back. Oh, caught from behind. Dropping the ball. Dale Thomas has got the free kick of the game with 37 seconds left. Oh boy. Dale Thomas just forward of the wing.
They had Puopolo too. One-on-one on Tuvi. Quick kick forward. They can go backwards now, and they will.
Yep, 28 seconds and counting. The Magpies have the footy. They're going to ice the clock. Hawthorn have somehow got to get it off them. It's down to 20, and the Magpies have it over on the southern wing. Luke Ball holds it up. He has a man loose. He kicks it to him. It's
10
Tarrant.
seconds.
10 to go. Collingwood's footy. The Magpies are going to progress. Tarrant kicks down the half-forward flank. Pack flies. Spillage to Didak. Collingwood have won. Oh boy, wowee, how is that? Collingwood into the grand final. 3-point winners.
Unbelievable game of football. Jolly won't play again, but Collingwood have made the grand final. Let's hear the song.
See the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
I've never seen a Houdini act like that.
Mick Malthouse is virtually in tears. He is emotionally wrecked.
Unbelievable. His face has gone puce. So was Eddie's, by the way. Collingwood 10-8-68, Hawthorn 9-11-65. One of the greatest ever preliminary finals we have just witnessed. And somehow Collingwood have come from behind when it looked near on certain at various stages that Hawthorn would win the game. Let's hear the song again.
Collingwood forever, they know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades shout. Oh, the premiership's again.